seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh, hello and welcome back, all you wonderful ladies and gentlemen out there in the Dota 2 world. We have Knight Mike with us, Court Jester, Neil, Mr. Tsunami himself. I was trying to figure out what you were doing with that thing. The headphone game is hard to make it work. And, of course, I'm a wizard. Hello. How's it going?
We got a good party going.
Where's our healer?
Yeah.
He's back there. That's a guillotine, actually.
Your strength. He's anti-magi.
There you go.
Okay.
What do you guys think? If I feel like it would be fun to do what would be our magical abilities if we were gonna do like a D&D session?
The easy one is mine would obviously be aquatic themed, given the name.
You're Aquaman.
Yeah. You would be like a bard.
A bard.
Lyrical.
Look at that guy.
Ninja Boogie would be like a rogue.
I like that. That sounds good.
A rogue knight?
A rogue knight, yeah.
Hey.
Sven, what do you think of Sven?
Ooh.
You ever play support Sven?
I love support Sven.
Really?
What are some Sven lines? What does he say?
He's just really angry.
He's like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Yeah. Why isn't support
Quest.
Sven any good right now?
They nerfed him pretty hard. Like his stun duration at level 1. And
Warcry got nerfed pretty hard.
Warcry got nerfed pretty hard too.
That stuff was insane. Like, the fact that... Because it's stacked with Crimson, right? That was the way that it worked?
Yep.
It just blows my mind how strong that is.
And it's like it's only really good if the lineup it's against is like more physical. Because magic just goes through it. So.
Yeah.
Not even physical, it just has to be right click because Warcry only...
Oh, yeah, right click. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're starting out with a Coddle.
10 seconds remaining.
Mr. Coddle. Can I just say that I secretly think that he is like a Darkseer race in disguise? Because look at the back of his hat. How does that stay so pointy? You know?
Yeah, I was wearing the hat.
How does your hat stay so pointy?
Oh.
Yeah?
Your life, much like... Oh, no, I messed
Your
it up.
skull's roundness offends me.
That's right. That's true. But mine doesn't do like the little... It doesn't do like this little thing. Like it
does if you bend it.
Right, but if I bend it, then it just like it pops back up. Actually, all right, maybe he's fine. Maybe he's not. I'm sorry that I roused aspersions about you, Coddle. My bad.
I'm using my cheat sheet.
Yeah, this is the
Nice.
cheat sheet that we were given by our producer
Look at that.
because we were too stupid to know what all the heroes are.
That's wonderful.
I've been playing this game for a long time. I don't memorize everything.
How long have you been playing for?
It should be close to like 17 years.
That's crazy.
17 years?
Yeah.
How old are you?
27. I'm gonna be 28 like
Oh, okay.
January. So I played around when I was 11.
So what patch, what War 3 patch did you start playing on?
Like 5.80.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's hella old school.
I never played Dota 1. It was weird. I played StarCraft like, you know, when it was out, Brood War and all that stuff. I did all the custom games. I actually made some custom games.
Yeah.
But then I think when Warcraft 3 came out, that was around the time that I was, instead of doing like normal public school stuff, I went to a boarding school that was out in the woods and they didn't allow computers.
Ooh.
So I think that I would have played Dota, but I got sent to the woods and I couldn't.
No internet.
Right?
You got exiled.
Yeah. I wish I would have played Dota 1.
So they picked up the SD and gyro. I like it. Like gyro's flexible. Can be both mid and carry.
And they pick Ember into a Shadow Demon.
Yeah,
10
I think they
seconds
picked it just because they have the coddle. Hopefully they can pull off the combo, the chakra sleight of
5
fist
seconds
thing,
remaining. Radiant
and
team
at
back.
least let the Ember win his lane this time. Yeah, don't put him against a Slardar.
But mid to late game, I do worry about this Ember having to deal with Demonic Purge.
He could just go BKB. That's usually what like Nana does.
Oh, really?
When he's Ember, he'll rush like Blade Mail BKB. Can be quite good against this game.
Yeah.
10 seconds
I feel like
remaining.
Ember is just such a flexible hero in terms of the way you want to build it. Like
5
Maelstrom,
seconds remaining.
we saw the other day the Solar Crest get picked up when it was played with the Dazzler or whatever.
Yeah.
Dire team back.
Don't really see the Battle
Like-
Fury build anymore.
No, I wish that would come back. Radiance, I feel like even occasionally you see it.
I think it's usually only against like PL, like Elo, some
Right.
heavy Elo heroes.
The Lawnmower build, as I've heard it be called as.
Why the lawnmower?
Because between Flame Guard and Radiance, you're just like, just like mowing down creep waves and neutrals.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Like it's
remaining.
literally just right-click the move, and you're just like.
The reason why it's such like a
Remaining.
flexible like item build is because his skill set's just so good. Even
Yeah.
with the items, he has so much impact in the game.
And his Aghanim Scepter is really fun.
Oh, that made him so broken.
Yeah.
As far as like heroes to create chaos, there's aren't many that are better than Ember, because it's like you just sort of run in there and you like maybe catch 2 with chains, and then people have to respond to that, which means that they're like moving in reaction to it, and then like it's one of the best ones for like a follow up of a mag or an Earthshaker or something like that. I think.
Like I think he's the hero that's the safest that can create chaos because he has always like a way
Yeah.
out, like
Yeah.
a chance to escape. Sleight of fist, remnant out. Yeah.
Or even in his initiation, it's just a chance to initiate.
Yeah.
Like, do I get the slide chains? If so, let's start a fight. If
And
not, whatever.
It's so far, you know. I think it's like 700 range or 800 range.
Yeah.
Doesn't put him in any risk at all.
And the fact that it used to be able to interrupt too.
Oh, canceling the TP.
Canceling, no, like canceling, like channeling spells
yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, the other little thing was like canceling. What was it like the movement of something? I feel like I would try and
10
like
seconds
cast a
remaining.
spell and then I would get remnanted and then it would like stop the animation of me
5
casting the
seconds
spell.
remaining.
Do you know what I'm talking
if,
about?
If you like click on the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I get what you mean.
Well, I'm confused. What do you?
So like back in the
If
day
you're
with
playing
chains,
Remnant, or if you're, if you're playing Ember, or if you're against an Ember.
if you're against an Ember
Okay.
and then he chains you, it was like I felt like I would get interrupted in the middle of casting
Yeah,
something.
yeah. It would like stop your command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most ridiculous one. I
Right.
felt like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was like when
Riot
Deafening
team
Blast
pick.
used to be like a strong disable.
Right.
It's like one of those things that, like, how is it this good for so long?
Leshrac. Not really a big fan of this pick.
Maybe want to send it mid against the Ember.
Yeah, but it gives Boom ID a option for AM on the last pick.
You've been
10
proposing a lot of
seconds remaining.
AMs.
I mean, it's just really good against Leshrac and Gyro.
People just don't pick AM.
5 seconds
But I do agree.
remaining.
We
It's
did see
very
that one
dangerous to
ban.
man up.
Yeah. What do you think they picked the Lesh then? What's their thought process for going for it?
I mean, Lesh is good for getting towers, and Genesper seems to have this problem, like in getting towers consecutively.
Okay.
So maybe that's the reason why. And it's a good partner with SD if it's played as a 4. And it's a good mid as well. Does pretty good
Radiant
against
team
Ember in the
pick.
lane.
It does feel like a good Milan hero too. But he always plays on these heroes that have the chance to get like a ton of farm. And I'm not gonna lie, if I'm one of those other teams that's maybe struggling out there somewhere in the world, I'm looking at Milan play and I'm like, hey, call him up, give a little, hey buddy, how's it going?
I mean,
10
Nyx is
seconds
pretty good,
remaining.
but then it's just like a dead hero. It's good against Ember, Coddle.
5 seconds remaining.
Not really that good against Rubik.
Dire team pick.
Oh. you're trying to replicate the what happened to them, because they were the one who's playing Ember safe lane against an Abaddon.
Oh,
yeah.
They're like, we got the answer to this. This is what happened last time,
It's
guys.
all coming back to me.
Yeah, so it could be a high chance it's a pause for Lesh, and they have last pick, so they can see whether they want to put it
10
mid or
seconds remaining.
keep it as position 4.
But the other thing, though, is that this is
5
probably going to be an
seconds
Ember
remaining.
mid, right? Like, that seems likely to me.
Yeah, I don't think they'd make the same mistake.
Yeah.
They could pick a super hard mid for Genespris that just, like, counters out Ember. What is that? Like, it used to be Huskar. Is Monkey King a good answer?
It goes both ways. From what I remember Nana saying, he's like, he doesn't really think Monkey's that good against Ember just because if it gets too hard, he'll just jungle. Like,
Okay.
he just levels up Flame Guard and just goes jungle.
Is there anything else that, like,
Radiant
super
team
hard
battle.
messes with
Faceless
Ember?
Void.
Void.
I got the Void.
So it's an Ember mid. They need some damage though. Like Ember Void, they can't. Like Ember can't really do damage in the chrono.
Yeah.
What do you think, Neil? What do you like as far as sort of
Skywrath.
something that a team needs?
It has to be an off lane
It has
though.
to be an offlane. I hope that the Coddle maxes Illuminate.
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
An offlane that you can put damage into a chrono. Let's look at my
5
handy dandy
seconds
cheat sheet.
remaining.
Hey! We're
Uh,
there. Look at that. There ain't a lot.
Dude, where's the Enigma been at? That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know. Like we haven't seen one Enigma game.
yeah.
And it hasn't been banned.
When was the last time we saw Doom? That's a super dead hero.
Yeah, it got nerfed really hard. Asrock didn't want to see that hero anymore.
I want to see him get a rework. You know what I would like to see for Doom? New Aghanim Scepter. Target is doomed until they die. So you think about that.
That's horrible.
Doesn't that sound awesome for an Ag Scepter?
That's like Necro's Reaper, like not able to buy back. Like just wins you the game.
No, but it's like this target is doomed until they're dead. Like if you're gonna spend 4,200 gold on an item, make it good. I love that idea.
You should not do balance changes.
Well, that's something we can agree on for sure.
I don't know. There's not much offlanes that really provide you much damage.
10 seconds
Besides like
remaining.
Zeus,
Timbersaw? Maybe?
Timber's banned.
Oh, yes.
They banned it
5
themselves.
Oh my
seconds
God.
remaining.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's funky. Maybe you could do some type of like weird. What about Pango?
Yeah, but it's good. But they still have that Furion. But against Gyro, Furion's not that good.
Are there any other weird heroes? You could go back to like the old school like Quap offlane maybe.
Yeah, that could work.
Puck offlane. What happened
Dire
to that?
team pick.
They ban out the Huskar.
Afraid of
Makes
some
sense.
cheese. Maybe they don't even want to have some damage here. They'll probably just pick like. They can't pick Bristleback. There's SD. I don't know. This guy usually likes his like strength heroes. FBZ. He's like a
10 seconds remaining.
Earthshaker, Centaur, Tide.
Underlord could be cool.
5 seconds
If
remaining.
If there was a
Hero.
strength hero on Genesbros, then I would have said Underlord, but none of these heroes are tanky enough to make Firestorm really useful.
Maybe Night Stalker's ban, right? Yeah.
Radiant
Slaughter.
team pick.
That's always the fun part. Unless there's like a very clear hero that's like everybody wants to pick, we just start naming heroes until
Yeah.
something happens.
Which I don't think Earthshaker is great.
It's just stable. Plus, like I think every game they've won, he's been on an Earthshaker.
To be
Okay.
honest, I think they got enough damage regardless. Like, because these heroes are not super tanky on
10
Genespris' team, right?
seconds remaining.
I guess that they've got, if Abba gets really farmed, like the Ags
5
on
seconds
Abba against
remaining.
Void is kind of cool.
You have to worry about that. You have to worry about Shadow Demon being able to save whoever's inside of a chrono.
Excellent.
Choose your hero.
Death Prophet. Yeah, they're all in on push. I think late game. I mean, DP's pretty strong.
Well, you had mentioned before that you felt like the team kind of didn't have a way to play. Like they weren't really hitting their timings correctly and like making it work. Do you like this answer of like, all right, the timing now is every DP ulti we just go together?
That's the point. They have to go together. 'Cause,
Right.
like, they've been
They
always doing
don't.
like two. Like everything they try to do is just 2-man always, and I feel like it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Especially if like you're against a team that has like been playing together for some time.
Right. Well, I guess it all sounds like we're in agreement that we like Genesper's draft more.
It's fast, you know, like they have to abuse the fact that, you know, like when Earthshaker still has no dagger or Aghanims, Void still has no, or his Chronos down or has no items. They should push the tempo.
Neil?
Yeah, I just think Boom ID has been playing better than Genesperos, and
Okay.
even though I think that they have an inferior draft, it's still a comfort draft on Boom ID. Like you said, FBZ has been crushing it on Earthshaker, and Makoto's been very consistent. Every single Boom ID game I've seen, Makoto's been doing a very good job.
Isn't Makoto Ember like one of the most common heroes for him?
It's one of his most played heroes for sure.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to remember what that was. I feel like I've seen that name in combination. I'm gonna do some Dota buff research real quick. Don't worry, guys, we're on it. Well, game number 2, ladies and gents. Genespris facing off against Boom ID. For Boom ID, feeling quite good after that last one. Genespris, they absolutely have to win this if they want any chance of continuing on in this qualifier. So we'll see it in just a few as we hop into game number 2. Dude,
No filter.
can you imagine that auto-tune?
Can you imagine a trap remix? Can we
probably
look up,
is.
Can we look up Enya Only Time trap
Probably
remix?
is.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Oh god, that's great. That's actually terrible, but it's so good. I
Oh,
want
man,
to
there
sing
are
that.
tons of trap remixes on this.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh no. Damn.
Hold on, let me get off the. I don't know if they can get audio from my computer.
I'm not sure.
30 seconds.
That's
to
a
battle.
good question. I'm not sure if production has the capability because we're just
Do we
asking
have
for
the
outland-
technology?
we're asking for outlandish shit here.
Oh yeah, we got it.
So weird.
I need her to start singing though.
Yeah, we do.
Not bad.
It's
It's like
not
pitched
bad.
up. Yeah, it's a pretty gentle trap remix.
Wait, like zoom forward a little bit. Zoom forward a little bit. It's actually great.
This one's tame. Let me see if there's this one's called the Pyramid Scheme Trap remix.
Oh, in your dream.
He's down. He was listening to the trap music.
This is the problem that he had.
Wait, can we not have game audio and trap remixes at the same time? Now this is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's actually sick too.
Yeah, this is good too, man. You just
Oh.
can't ruin this song. It's too
All right.
good.
We gotta go to the club and request the Enya Trap remix. Please, sir. You don't understand how good this is. Have you ever done that? You go to a club and you like request a song and they just look at you? Like, excuse me? What the hell are you talking about?
Let me play my playlist.
That's right. They don't like it. All right.
Wait, now this is just normal. Wait.
Yeah. All right. It's a problem.
We're in pause. It's fine.
That's good.
It is good.
As long as they don't do like the awful beat drop.
They
No,
probably will.
Oh no! All right, it became really bad.
Yeah, it doesn't. There's a dubstep remix. You want
No,
a dubstep
please,
remix?
God, no.
That's not the way to play. Oh.
This is like a Nightcore remix. Can we get some camera choreography as well? Lyrical?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Oh, he's already
Oh,
got the
he's
disco
got
ball out.
I almost feel bad.
I almost feel bad. I can't see him in mine. 'Cause I guess I have a different tree. Look at mine. Look at my screen.
Whoa.
My trees cover him up.
This isn't dubstep at all.
No.
When's the dubstep coming in?
It's coming.
Let me see what the comments say. The top comment says, Lamau, people saying it's just sped up and there's no dubstep when they didn't even listen to the whole thing. So clearly, the dubstep is gonna get in here. Should I skip ahead or are we gonna...
No, that's the top comment is by the person that made the video.
No, it wasn't. It was by some random person.
Okay. I think we're getting baited.
Alright, let's set this to... Oh!
Ah!
I almost feel bad.
I almost feel bad.
Ah! Void's face is perfect for this.
It is. He's so angry.
I mean, I would be angry if I had that head. Like,
It's
A
true.
giant hole in your head.
It just looks like I caved in a little bit there.
Yeah. Someone
isn't this
scooped it out.
This is a super expensive head.
I think it is.
We should probably turn that off before we get content ID'd or something.
Content to your ID.
That's true. Hey, we're back!
Perfect.
Oh, no, we're not.
No, we're not. In fact, we have more disconnects than ever before.
Oh, he's got
Milan
an
said bored? Is that what he said?
What other trap? Do you think there's a I Believe I Can Fly trap remix?
Dude, you gotta be careful with that one.
Yeah, that's true, actually. How about Benny Hill trap remix?
Why are we listening? What even is? Can you tell me what a trap remix
Trap
is?
remix is just like really heavy bass,
Okay.
and it just turns it into like a club banger kind of thing.
Okay. I could dig it.
Like I'm sure there's some sick Giles themed trap remixes.
That sounds good.
Okay.
That sounds like something very what isn't there somebody off to the side of that in Street Fighter that's like USA? Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is gonna be good. Who's the most USA hero in this right now? Gyro? Is it
Gyrocopter.
Gyro?
I would think so.
I was thinking it was Coddle, maybe.
Coddle.
Oh, look at him. He's doing.
Do you think with our healthcare, someone as old as Coddle would exist in America?
That's a good point. What is this?
Gyrocopter is a war vet with clear PTSD. He's the most American.
This was his aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
He's just trying to look for oil.
I guess Guile was in the army too. Yeah, he's an Air
Yeah,
Force guy.
exactly.
Are people getting motion sick yet? Don't look away.
Gyrocopter's been upside down this entire time during this pause.
I wish
Poor
that I
guy.
could like follow him and make it upside down too.
Yeah. I didn't consider how lucky we were that there's only been... This is the first pause of the entire SEA region.
It's true.
That's rare.
That's a long one, though.
Yeah, it is a long one.
Oh my god. Look at this ABBA set. This guy is freaking terrified. Actually, you know what that looks like? Doesn't that kind of look like the ha-ha smile? You know what I'm talking about?
The ha-ha smile?
The emote on Twitch.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of does, actually.
I don't know what it looks like.
Here, you have your phone? You can show him on that.
that one.
Oh, yeah.
It looks almost the same. That's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, it also looks like a ring wraith.
I think that's the intention.
Lord
Really?
of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
That's what the crown thing looks like also. It looks like a...
Let's see. What does it say? What's the face? Crown of the
It's the shoulder.
brine-bred cavalier.
I think it's the shoulder piece. Or no, maybe not. I don't know.
The shoulders pauldrons of the
Oh, okay.
brine-bred cavalier. So brine-bred. Brine is like salty water that you use for curing meats.
Mm-hmm.
So are they saying that he's a pirate? Is that what's going on?
I guess.
I'm not really sure.
His mount looks pretty dope, though. I've never seen this mount before.
Netherax, Nightmare of the Mist. Netherax. What else can we find on this? They're disconnecting again.
Whoa.
This is dark times we're in right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Can we get some more Enya again? Back just on the thing again?
Sure.
Very serene while this is happening too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's oh so happy.
To a future of grief.
I tip. He comes back. Look.
Yeah, at least they're
Wow.
in good spirits.
Dude, Milan, tip him a few more times. Let's go, dude.
Tip all your teammates.
So I was
You
looking to
guys need to tip the others to come back.
I was looking to see if anybody was upset about like all the in and outs on the zooms, and then the first thing that I find on the stream, which is 5 minutes delayed, is
I'm gonna puke.
I'm gonna puke. So I'm gonna stop doing the excessive in and out on the stream. What
You tell me we can't eat in and out on the stream anymore?
do you
The
mean?
in and out was pretty good though.
It was good.
You know. Dude, I'm all about it. Oh, Dreamo sells Starbucks. What was it? Was he tagged up as that yesterday?
Yeah, that's why I said Starbucks.
Why is he tagged up as that?
I guess he loves Starbucks.
Okay. Sick.
Gripping.
Or maybe he's hoping he's gonna get sponsored by Starbucks.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I could dig
Maybe.
it. It was kind of I was wondering if you had some like inside information there, but
No.
no, it's just
No.
hi guys. Hello. Let me see if I can zoom it out and put your face on it.
No, I think they aimed it pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. All right, I'm fucking with it now. Sorry guys. Welcome to talent life.
Yeah. Right.
That's what he's been thinking about. He's just been thinking about
There we go. That's right there. Perfect. Oh, go any higher? Okay.
Remember you said you wanted a Dragon Knight set?
Yeah.
I did have an extra one.
You do?
I do.
Oh, you want to hook me up, man?
Yeah, sure. I'll hook you up.
Wait, can I have free sets also?
You know, I was
I
thinking
mean,
about
if I have extra.
on
Oh,
this
boy.
one was like just doing on this.
I'm gonna add you.
By the way, 10,000 conduct summary, no problem. But I was thinking about just opening some of the chests on here if we had a thing, because I've got some of these ones.
Ooh. Sure you want to open that?
I don't know. I got 4 of them.
You're just gonna straight up open a Crimson Witness?
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that's some pretty good
You're
content?
a madman.
Do you think that's good content?
It's
to
prime
fill?
content.
I want to see how much
If
each
you
of
get a
these is selling
Skywrath,
for.
I'm gonna be so. A Skywrath or Dazzle. Look like the Dazzle looks so cool.
How do I go back?
Oh, you don't have that effect because it's paused.
Oh yeah.
So that one is
It's the-
200.
It's the wings.
I want to wait for the prices to go up, kind of, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. That one's 150. This one is 200. So Sky so far is the highest. This is 200,
And then Ninja Boogie's Mars.
and then that one's it's
Oh,
not
wow,
bad.
okay, that's
The
not
Nyx
bad.
apparently is the worst.
Yeah, I have that.
One. Sky is the best. All right.
Sky's the limit.
What do you guys think? Should I do it?
Oh
Should
my
I do
God.
one?
Is he gonna do it?
Should I do one?
Ooh.
I'll open one.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh.
Come on, Sky! Let's go! Spin! Do it!
Oh.
I'm on stream.
Why?
Oh! I got so owned. All right, how much pause do we have left? We're still in pause.
They said update on the pause.
Oh, that sucks.
For now, not Dota crash
Damn it.
and can't
Telling you.
open Dota anymore.
That's not good.
They should just go play this last game in CS:GO.
Guys, 1v1 me.
1v1 Dust 2 Smoke Mid.
All right, should I do another one?
Oh my god.
No, here's the thing. You can't get the same one
Yeah,
again.
then you're gonna get freaking Nyx Assassin next.
Let's do it.
Ah! Oh my
Come
god!
on,
Oh my
give me
goodness.
Sky.
Doing
Give me
it.
the Sky.
Oh! Oh! No! I told you! I
All right.
told you!
Surely I have to get
Oh
Sky
my
here.
god!
Oh,
Oh my
everything.
god, you're an addict! You're an
Yes,
addict!
this is fine. There we go.
Oh!
All is well in the
It's
world.
so good.
All is well in the world. Let's go right now. Hero loadout. I have a lot of the other wings. Which one is it? Wait.
It's all the way down. Oh.
I don't think
Look
you-
at those wings.
I don't think you profited out of this. You lost $50 on Nick's
Be quiet.
Assassin.
Be quiet. They're gonna go up. Everybody loves Nick's Assassin.
Ice Frog's gonna buff him, and everyone's gonna love Nyx
yeah,
again.
that's true.
All right. So
good.
what do you guys think? What's the best set that I should make out of this?
Then my old Nyx Assassin
This-
will increase in value because
Should-
I have the 2016 Nyx Assassin.
Oh, you have the red one of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one's cool.
That one's pretty cool.
Should I? What should I take as my like? How should I theme this? What do you
Anything
guys
that's
think?
not blue. Oh wait, there you have a red one. Yeah, go for that
Should
one.
do you think the red works?
Yeah, it worked.
I mean, you have red wings, right?
I
Yeah,
have the red wings. Okay, but I kind of like the white helm. This one looks really cool on him.
that's fine. As long as it's not blue.
I could do
you can,
this.
You
and
can
I
do
could
that
make
one
them, like,
or
all
the
red themed.
the white one or the gold one are both good.
Okay, we'll go that, and then shoulders. It's a red set again. I don't know. He's like too red. You know?
Easiest money of my life.
That's right. I guess I could do like because I need the arms to look different. I guess I could just make them all red.
Yeah, you're just making a full-on red set now.
What do we think? And then I've got the taunt. That
It's
looks kind
looking
of
spicy.
booty, doesn't it? That looks booty.
Yeah, it looks uniform.
It'll look way cooler if you have if you can see
particles,
the
yeah.
particle effects.
I think that is better, and then I'm gonna try and make like the rest of this white. I think that's the better way to do it.
You don't have the immortal one,
Which immortal one?
for the ulti.
No, I don't think I do. What is that one?
It's a staff, I think.
It's that.
Yeah, I don't. I do have a lot of Skyras sets though.
Mine's signed by 2G.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Oh wait, what year was that then?
I think this
Damn,
TI5.
was TI5.
Oh.
Yeah.
what a baller. Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that one,
Look at it. It's so cool.
and then the wings.
11,000 pesos. Oh, so expensive.
This looks pretty cool. I think it's okay to have blue and red mixed together a little bit.
Oh, it does look pretty cool actually.
That looks awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
staff's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
like you're a jouster.
Yeah.
right?
Somebody
yeah.
else had that one. I don't know who it was.
I don't have that one.
Dude, I can't believe that I got so owned on opening those. Should I open another one?
It was the.
If you get Dazzle, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Should I open another
I
one?
mean, he has a pretty
so you
high.
got
He has a
4?
50-50 chance.
I got 4.
You got 4 that you. Oh my god.
He has a 50-50 chance of getting Dazzler Sardar.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's go in. Come on now. Come on, Dazzle! No! Oh, damn it. That sucks.
Money of my life.
Easiest money of my life.
Why? I just want you. Oh, Dazzle.
Never give up.
Did you ever get an Arcana from the Rylai's?
No, I never got one.
I think that's a scam.
Yeah, I've never gotten one. Oh man, Twitch has finally caught up to you opening up stuff.
No.
It's now a gambling stream.
The one thing that sucks about that is, like, I was thinking about just selling the chests later.
Yes, exactly.
But you can sell the sets later also, and those are okay.
Sure.
Sometimes. And since I have 4 of them, it was a pretty good chance to get, like,
I'm
one
pretty
of
sure
the
you
high
got the
value ones.
worst possible, unless if you got Dazzle instead of Skywrath. Wait, what was which one was more, Dazzle or Skywrath?
Sky's the most. I think actually Dazzle isn't that high.
Dazzle was 208 USD,
Yeah.
and wait, Dazzle was 208, and Skywrath was 214, and the chest itself is 188, and you lost $50 on Nyx Assassin. So you stand to gain $20 at most,
Yeah.
and you stand to lose $50 at most.
Now
I'm
you
gonna-
just gotta sales talk them. Like, hey, Nyx is the best hero, man.
Yeah.
I got prime Nyx Assassin for you.
Look at him. See, now I've got... the cool thing about doing it this way is that I get to use the sets throughout the year before I sell it. Because I want to wait till they go up in price anyways.
I guess.
And, like, the other way is that they're just, like, they're kind of bad sitting in my...
No,
thing.
they appreciate. Oh, your Nyx Assassin's so ugly.
I know it is. See, now I've got a great set for it. Right? Look at that. So that one's good.
No,
this-
you get the red one. You have a red one for the back.
I do?
Yeah, he just put that one on.
Yeah, that's this
Oh,
one, isn't it?
okay.
Yeah, the blue ones are the basic ones.
Ah, yeah.
Wait, why do you have so many? Why didn't you recycle any of your immortals?
Yeah,
I don't
I have so many
I don't know what I'm doing.
immortals.
Give them to me.
I have a bunch
I'm
of other
poor
sets
boy.
here, too. Oh, yeah, I was going to do... Oh, this is going to be a good one.
The crab one.
So I can do that combo together with this, and then I can add the back piece onto it right here. And now I've got like a little red guy. Look at him. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Actually, I think that this looks really cool on the back of the Knicks.
Yeah, it does.
It's like crystal. Can you see how I'm trying to drum up business right now so
I
people
see
want
it.
the Knicks set?
We're
Selling for
dynamically
$200.
appreciating it.
Right now, guys.
The SEC is going to come for you.
All right, what's the other one
You're
that I want?
inflating market prices.
What's the other one that I got?
The Slardar.
Mars.
Slardar and Mars.
Mars has no
Mars
sets
is easy.
yet.
You only have one weapon.
Yeah.
All right. Sick.
Wait, what's the show me the normal one? Oh my god, it's literally no difference.
No, because the particles is yeah.
Yeah, it turns red. It's
Barely.
It's okay. It's okay. Man, I can't believe I didn't get the dazzle.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Did the admins
Technical
type?
pause.
Seems
Good.
like-
Seems like we are making it. Good. You have up to 10 minutes to fix it.
Man, these admins are strict. I forgot how strict they are.
Yeah, good.
It's good. You should be strict.
These are all disciples of Blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze, the strictest admin in Dota.
Not the strictest admin in Dota, the best admin in Dota.
Right.
There you go.
But I would say that they're arguably synonymous. A strict admin is a good admin.
I think that you also, so from an admin's point of view, you also need to be fair too, though. Like, just rigidly following the rules isn't always
Correct.
the best solution. And they're gonna come back to us now. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. I don't know. What's your opinion on it? You're the professional player here. How do you feel about it?
I think you're on point there. It's like some situations are really like unavoidable, and
Yeah.
just try to give them some time and whatnot. But obviously you have a schedule and whatnot to follow. So
Well, I just hate the admins that are like, I don't know, let the other team, if the
Like,
other
yeah.
team cool with this, then go for it.
Yeah.
And then like they're always the bad guy. No admin is ever willing to be the bad cop. They
yeah.
put the impetus on the other teams so many times.
I think that is starting to change, though. Definitely. Like, there are admins that are now starting to do it more. But that was, like, I think a really big problem for a while. Was
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, do you guys want to let them do it? And
You cool giving them more time? You want to take it out of your pause time? Whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was like a few years back.
Yeah, it was common.
well, that was in the dark days also of,
DDoSes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Whoa.
those casts. You just, like, start casting a CIS game, and you're like, all right, well, it's been 3 hours, and it's one game
Game
in.
one.
Ugh. That's how it goes. So yeah, let's see. We got a little bit of a break now.
Patience from Zoe.
Patience from Joe.
5 minutes left.
Just go uninstall, you piece of shit. LeagueofLegends.com/sign.
We need to get Jack back on the mic. I actually got to cast one game with him.
Yeah.
It was at the Chongqing Major, and it was the show match of Liquid and Wings.
Oh yeah.
And that one was awesome because he basically it was just like it wasn't even really a cast. It was just like an interview talking about Wings and where they came from and where they got to. Because like he's super knowledgeable about all that stuff. He's got like the background info.
He was on the panel for TI also.
Oh yeah, he was. I forgot about that. But that's not Real Jack. Real Jack flames. That's what I want on a panel.
I don't think you'll ever get real Jack on a panel then.
Probably not. We need him back for King's Cup. That's the reality.
This is King's Cup.
I know, but he's not here. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does an NA interview
Yeah, that's true.
with Grant, Dakota, and Lacoste. If you guys just tuned in, then about 8 hours prior to now was the NA shift, which was Grant, Lacoste, and Dakota. And then in around 8 hours from now is the EU shift, which will be the return of LD.
Not 8 hours from now, is it? Oh my
Is
god!
it?
No,
I
it's
almost feel
yeah.
bad.
It's about 6 hours.
Wait, do I only have one LD? Oh,
Wow!
the return of LD. It was Capitalist on day one, but we're
Yeah.
kicking him out. We're bringing LD back, and it's going to be Gods,
Get out of here.
LD, and
Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle was here when I got here.
Yeah, I got out of the Uber and he was just like, oh. I saw all three of them, Grant, Kyle.
That means he spent like 36 hours here at the
Yeah.
studio because he was here before we started yesterday.
I don't know what he's doing. That guy's out of his mind.
He's
right now.
used to not having a house, I suppose.
It's like you realize you have a hotel room with a bed.
Yeah.
He's like out here sleeping on beanbags. It's like, what are you doing,
He
dude?
lives the nomadic lifestyle.
Go get some sleep. It is cool though.
Back.
To the hotel.
To the hotel.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh God, he's offline again.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
Well, that's
See, this is
9 out of 10.
This is the dangerous thing. Is Boom is saying that they're willing to wait a little bit longer right now, but
See?
I
Admin's going to be like, we appreciate your courtesy, but I got to stick by the rules. you're banned.
I guess the other thing about it, though.
Dude, nothing is going Genesper's way. Oh my god.
True.
Yeah. Oh, they're all back.
I thought I said abandoned for a moment.
Dun, 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 dun.
Forever abandoned the game.
Thanks for waiting.
That hurt me a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. So what was happening? Oh, we were only 20
first
seconds.
blood.
Yeah, the
First
game
blood
literally
happened.
just started.
In Your Dream died.
Yeah, bot tier 1. All right.
2 for 2.
Let's
bounty
get back
runs.
into it.
I wonder if Forever and Milan can like replicate how much. Oh well, CHENGDU already has blast. They can't. I don't think they can replicate what Fnatic did to them.
And who levels Lumine level 1? Who does that anymore?
Blinding light. See if you blinding light him and go into the tower, gets hit.
Actually, yeah. How many runes did they get?
That's 2 for 2.
Oh, okay. Coddle blocks this offlane pull camp.
Yeah. Still play there. Oh, dude, Milan. He's going in.
This would have never happened with blinding light.
Can't argue with that.
It's not good though.
What part of it?
I think they're pushing it too much.
Yeah, he keeps illuminating the wave. Which, if you're gonna do that, then definitely take blinding light. But
I mean, the fact that they're getting this zoned out right now, Forever level 2, like, he can't really come to lane that easily on Dreamcell.
yeah, Dreamcell's 2-0 versus the 7-3 of Abaddon.
This is why you take Blinding Light, folks.
I guess so.
Oh, I think
Dude, is he
Carlos
dead?
is dead.
Might be dead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's got Orb of Venom. Yeah, that's a dead man walking.
That's so slow. And he's gonna body block the camp.
Oh, big plays.
Dude, that's
Efficiency.
stuff.
And in all that time, Dreamcell only got one more last hit. Now Forever's back.
Oh, Mikado's so happy.
Regen. He's gonna get cut off by his emissary.
Sleight of fist.
Sleight of fist. Oh.
Almost.
DP's projectile is so slow.
Yeah.
Oh, and now he can't break the style.
Mikado's dead again.
That's true.
At top.
Oh. That was cute, but
Yeah, that slow is crazy. And it gives him movement speed, right?
yeah, and attack speed.
So I've been thinking about this, and I played a game the other day where I did position 5 ABBA, and I just took Curse first, and I was like able to zone everybody back.
If they're melee, yeah, that's pretty good.
I was wondering like if we might see it at some point, but I guess even just in the 3 roll, it's like really solid. The spell is, I don't know. I think that's a good hero right now.
Oh, Void swapping. I've had enough of this lane. But then he TP'd, so that Abaddon can just follow him.
Yeah, FBZ is leading the lane.
Is it any better doing it here, like doing this lane here?
It's actually worse for the Void because he can like, if they hold the creep right in front of the tower, then the Void's further away from his tower. If the Radiant hold the creep in front of
Right.
their tower.
Though I guess Rubik may be able to do a slightly better job zoning than the Coddle.
Yeah.
FBZ is also waiting here to try and get a fissure block just in case Rev tries to TP, I guess. Well, or get last hits with it.
Yeah, I don't get why he didn't chase the Void. I guess they're happy. I mean, he can win against the Earthshaker too, but I think the Void's quite affordable against a Gyro.
Yeah,
Because he
higher
can just
priority.
he can just time walk into the rocket and then he doesn't get stunned.
Right.
Oh, gotta be careful here. Stick 6 charges and no flame guard right now. Did you not want to go for it? Okay. Never mind.
Damage.
Makoto's still gonna have to walk back home, so in a way that's almost worse.
It's about even. Because he won't be able to get the bounty rune. I mean the power rune.
Oh man, this observer's just barely out of sentry range.
Yeah,
Oh, I hate it when it happens.
that's right there. So far, so good for Genesperus. A much better start than what happened last game, where they just got completely destroyed in the laning stage.
Bounty runes. and your dream decided not to go for it.
They really want to get this kill into Ben-Hur. If they don't get it and they lose the bounty runes because of it.
Rip.
4 bounty runes.
Dang.
Just when I said nothing's going away of Genespris.
Is CHENGDU gonna know? Is he gonna be like, the Leshrek's still here? I could probably get his bounty rune.
I think he's more worried about
FBC dying.
and just pushing out the creep wave because it's the wagon wave.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't want it, too many creeps.
Edict level 2.
Oh, this is bad for forever. Not
Not really able to test it. There's still that wave that's coming in. And CHENGDU
Dire's top tower is under attack.
goes down. FBZ is keeping it off the tower a little bit now, but
They weren't able to use the wagon. That wasn't good. What happened?
bottom lane, your dream. Taking a lot of damage here. Pops the stick charge, tries to walk away. Ben-Hur not going to be able to run him down. Instead turns on a Dreamo Cell. And so going to chase, has Rocket Barrage available again. Closing him back. Nothing else left in the tank.
So no teams were able to use their wagons.
Haste Rune bottom. If somebody wants to go in and pick that up, and your dream could make a move, possibly.
Probably gonna go and try gank middle or give it to Mikoto. Yeah. Hasted Ember early in the game is pretty strong.
What's your Rubik's skill build?
I like 1-2-4, 1-2-1.
Yeah, I'm surprised you went for 2 telekinesis.
I think just the value point into arcane fervency is really good.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But I mean, like I've seen like a lot of Rubik players change up. Like I know Yapsource likes.
Oh! A rep round. FBZ still okay. Chant Totem onto Forev. Silence now, in some trouble, but the Fable comes in. They manage to take down FBZ, but turn it down for a second round, and Milan is going to need some fancy footwork, but not nearly good enough to get out of that one.
That was pretty close to like turnaround. If they got the Earthshaker kill, Forev would have turned level 6 and probably survived.
Yeah. He put the Aphotic Shield on the Leshrac instead of himself, and then the Leshrac just hit. Didn't take any damage.
But I feel like they don't need to be this aggressive. They can just take the tower. It was so low already.
Yeah, I'm worried that Chemistry may use Exorcism for this.
He's been spotted. Ember running top with haste.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Yeah, but then they go down.
He's sitting on his level 6 though, so.
4 heroes here though.
It's the eliminate. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice
just it.
Fissure.
He has no way to heal up. He has no miss.
Adios.
That's his game.
Just like that, that's his game.
I mean, like that's like you had such an advantage in the early game and you died 2 times. In a row.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's his second death.
Yeah. TP on cooldown when he's going to respawn. Oh, that's not for that long, but still, it's kind of annoying.
Dreamacell bot lane. Bro, no. Not gonna use it.
Ah.
I guess it was a rocket into Milan's stun.
Yeah.
He had rocketed earlier, and then he just kind of got the split earth.
That was good.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, at the 9-minute mark, things looking kind of interesting. Radiant's still pretty good across the board, but definitely could have been doing better. And I guess the other deciding factor is that it's Rubik who's been able to have a pretty good start in your dream up there. A little ways, at least.
Dreamacell wants to do something with his chrono. He knows that actually borrow time is back up again, so not sure if he'll be able to do anything. They just save it for the 10-minute bounties.
Yeah, I think that's better. You know it's warded here.
They're just leaving bottom tower alive, or to die, rather.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It's really interesting. It's like you got 2 other moves down here, bottom, and they do spot out Gemistry.
Whoa. Oh, he has 0 points of chance.
Yeah, I think this is like the normal
Dire's
build.
bottom tower is under attack.
Up until level 8?
Maybe you get 1 point. But I think he was just planning on just farming.
Oh, okay. Shout out to KezQ. 0 points in blinding light.
This guy knows what's up. They still lost the lane though, but
And
Radiant's
4
middle
Radiant
tower
Bounty
is under
runes.
attack.
And no chrono used.
that's 2 in a row.
That's one part they've been really good on, is like playing for those objectives. I don't know, it does feel very strange for Genespris, because like they're winning right now super hard, but it doesn't really feel like they're taking advantage of like taking down those towers early. You know what I mean? And I'd be worried about.
Like, I think if they didn't make that mistake at top, this top tower should have gone down like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. And then they should have gotten their 2 bounty runes on this side of the map then.
If this goes late, do you favor Boom or Genespris more?
I mean, Genespris has an SD, so that's a pretty good counter on whoever gets gone on in the chrono. And Abaddon. So I give it 50-50.
Dyer's top tower
Okay.
has fallen.
Chrono?
There's a lot of damage there on the Dreamo cell. Other heroes moving on. FBZ is there. Chu also in the area.
Oh,
Makoto
he's
gets
silenced.
silenced. Gotta be careful. Chrono's gonna connect now
the
afterwards.
Pulse Nova.
But he walked into the Chrono! Makoto is still gonna be able to find 1 kill there, but the follow-up coming from Chu. FBZ does not have
Silenced again.
anything left in the tank fissure-wise to block that out.
Radiant's middle tower
Collection
is
of
under attack.
errors from Boom.
Yeah. You don't want to be going into the Abaddon's lane like that. Like, I feel like an Abaddon this rich, you have to be fighting away from him. Otherwise, this is gonna happen. Kind of like playing against an Omni Knight in the offlane.
I mean, this is all with Gyro just kind of doing what he wants down here.
Yeah, they couldn't really decide if they wanted to take the fight or not.
And then Ember's just like walking into the Chrono.
Yeah. And then like 30 seconds later, Death Prophet's like, alright, I guess I'll show up. You guys are gonna take this long.
So 5,000 gold lead now, and Forev to kind of keep the pressure on here on the mid lane. Along with Milan. Maybe all they needed was some tower push.
See. Definitely winning this early game though.
Uh-oh. Dodo. Careful, my dude.
Only 1 point in silence.
Yeah, he's fine. Rubik's got that bottom field.
Okay.
They just have to. Boom just has to keep splitting, wait for some items to come. Just keep pushing the side lanes as fast as they can, and then Rubik and Coddle can just spam out wherever they want to push.
FBZ's been doing a good job of keeping this farm up now. It's a couple hundred gold away from getting that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I'm glad he's going
Radiant's
for
middle
Blink
tower
first, because
is
with
under
Death
attack.
Prophet Silence and Abaddon Silence, I don't think you can reliably use your enchant Aghanims to get out of situations.
Makoto, meanwhile, farming up. Yeah, it just seems sort of strange that early on they weren't really able to get that much done with like the Lash DP, but it feels like the past couple of minutes Genespris have definitely been sort of moving together the way they need to. Just need to see that continue.
Yeah, they're a bit slow, but I mean, at least they're doing the right moves.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be waiting for the next Exo, and they're going to want to commit to this mid tower. I'd like to see them like push the advantage more, because they're giving time for this Earthshaker to get dagger.
Right. DP is going to be going straight for that INTERCEPTOR.
Yep.
Which isn't the greatest defensive item, but I don't know if there really is one against like an Earthshaker just jumping on you and chain stunning.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think he's that worried, because like I said, they don't really have any combo in the Chrono besides like Illuminate and whatever Rubik spells he has.
Right.
Dire are
Oh
scanning.
man, Arcane Rune, Death Prophet, this is going to be the
Radiant's
most
top
eager
tower is
exorcism
under
pop.
attack.
He's definitely ready to go. Back behind the tower, they're looking for one. They found in your green, it was going to go down. Now the exorcism comes out. Managed to get the glyph off there at the last second, so that's nice, but
I don't like this exorcism. I think he could have saved it for the tier 2.
Yeah.
Dyer's middle tower
Now
has
it's going to be
fallen.
like gonna wear off as soon as you reach. Don't let him TP.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Dodo.
Dyer's
get the silence there.
structures are fortified.
Silence now. Rev chasing in. There's no follow-up though.
Earthshaker's dagger's on the way.
Gotta be careful.
mana.
Earthshaker thinking about jumping in afterwards. They already have the Chronosphere and all the creeps are nearby. They gotta be so careful with their positioning. Chasing forward, Echo Slam lands, connects onto 2, and isn't gonna be any follow-up afterwards. Ben-Hur very low, dies to the Sleight of Fist, and now the Death Prophet with all the heal coming back in, it is not gonna be enough. Dreamosill finds a kill. They lost the Earthshaker, but they're gonna find a bit more as Chu also is gonna get ran down. Bash 3 times in the triple kill from Makoto. Rev doesn't have any more ulti left.
That's your Chakra Sleight of Fist combo.
Good Aphotic Shield.
Yeah, that early exorcism really cost them because
Yeah,
it timed out like as soon as the fight started.
He's not on the same page as his team. Like that tower is down for sure. I don't know why he committed Exo there.
To the impurities.
And it was like a fresh arcane rune too. It wasn't like it was
Radiant's
expiring
bottom
anytime
tower
soon.
is under attack.
Milan might be in trouble.
Fissure. Ooh. Jump
Wrong
to the wrong
read.
side. Well,
Good fight for Boom.
yeah, it's still very heavily into the favor of Genespris, but you can see that experience earned graph. It's starting to tilt back the other way a little bit. I mean, how concerned are you right now from Genespris?
I would like if I was in the team, I'd say like that was just a bad fight. You know, I don't think they should be scared doing this. They just need, again, he needs to use Exo in the proper timing because they're way stronger than Boom right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Makoto took that fight literally just because of the coddle. He has no items. He didn't even use a drum charge.
And that was just a blink echo from the
Yeah.
Shaker. He didn't have mana for a follow-up.
And it was a pretty solid will-o-wisp. The Rubik telekinesis to the Death Prophet even
Radiant's
deeper
bottom
into the
tower is under
Ignis,
attack.
so she just got slept like 3 times.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, I like this. Go straight to Rush.
All right. Get the objectives you can get. Pop Exorcism support are going to be close to an axe on TP.
They just have to keep sticking together whenever they have ultis and keep forcing.
Radiant's top tower.
They got Roche, they need to settle bottom lane, make sure mid lane's pushed out, and just wait until that
Radiant's bottom tower
Exo's
is
up
under
again.
attack.
Gyro's almost got Ags.
Just get the TP away there. Oh, jungle. PSQ goes down. Kodo. They try and take down Milan afterwards, and ooh, stolen Pulse Nova.
To a
That's not
future
good.
of
Yeah, that's probably the worst spell steal.
No, I mean like he traded his life for a pause 5. He should know that they're ahead in network, so
Dire
him dying
are
like that is
scanning.
pretty bad. He gave like 400 gold to a Rubik that was shared with 3 people.
Dire's
It's all about
top
the
tower
economy,
is
man.
under attack.
Rip. I was kind of wondering, I mean, it's actually, isn't it kind of better because you get the spell amp from Arcane Supremacy? Am I crazy?
I mean, for Pulse Nova?
Yeah. Well, no, you get the spell amp from Supremacy on Pulse Nova.
Yeah, but you still need to be in the middle of the
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, I guess
And
that's
this is a
true.
Rubik with Aether Lens who wants to stay as far away from the fight as possible.
Yeah, but now he can farm up everything.
True.
He's just going to farm his life away.
Yeah, I mean he's always happy if he gets a skill that just clears waves.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
First it was the other two, and now it's him.
But yeah, I don't like what Milan did there. Like if he's gonna play that aggressive, he has to make sure that his team's nearby to back him up. Because once you're ahead, you don't want to be feeding free kills.
Yeah. Though at least like the comeback factor isn't as dramatic as it used to be if you're a lower net worth hero, but
Yeah.
still if you're on the winning team,
Yeah.
you still give away quite a bit.
And they have good vision. Like I'd like them to abuse their vision more. It's easy to predict where Boom's gonna be.
Let me see if my my vision game is still works.
What you say?
Well done. So yeah, that one. Let's see, so Radiant see a ton. They've got really cool wards. I like this one. I haven't seen this ward that often. Usually I feel like it's placed like further back here or something. Like around this area.
Oh, they're back. That was quick.
Milan had a quick cry in the shower over his mistake, and now he's back on the lamb.
But I like this item build. Alos is pretty good against both Void and Ember. They have no way to remove it just yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like them to start sticking. Exo's gonna be up soon.
Makoto got the Earthshaker nearby in case somebody wants to come and defend this, but they might have bigger fish to fry as Genesperus are pushing in mid, taking the tier 2 tower. Easy as can be.
I think they should force high ground too. If Ember's able to like keep split pushing like this, his network's gonna go up. They have no way to catch the Ember too. I mean they do with the Atlas. So. But yeah, I feel like they're too strong right now. Like, don't use Exo for this tower.
They're really good. Oh, they're gonna come in. This is a weird tower to defend.
Okay, there's no Ember for this fight.
Yeah.
Like, they can go high ground.
He is on the complete other side of the map. That is really bad. Suddenly they're in a really tough position. He's got to take the long walk on back. Ember Spirit not there at all. Exorcism coming out now, and Dream of Cell going to get the back out. But if they commit too hard,
deep will-o-wisp.
That's not good.
If they commit too hard, they might end up getting picked off here. Ember's about to show up. Ben-Hur's already low HP. The chase forward, looking for the opening. Scoot's there as well. They're all grouped together. Do they go in for the Chronosphere? Not going to look like they're going to go for it yet, but they've already taken the tower.
I feel they should back. They have no Exo, no Aghanim.
And Ember's back.
Yeah, this is fine. I think don't get greedy for the Rex.
They're TPing in. Looking for the opening.
Forev maybe a sacrifice.
Wow, Makoto
sees Shadow Demon.
That. And they lose Forev. Will also lose Chu, but they did get the tier 3 tower.
4 bounties though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Forev just played a bit too aggressive. He had no ulti. No, Exo was running out. They could have just got the tower, backed away safely, and then just wait for everything to be up again.
Yeah, that fight could have been completely different if Makoto didn't have to evacuate because he initiated.
I just found it really weird to try and like
for a tier
TP
2.
to defend that tier 2 tower in particular.
Yeah. Milan? Uh-oh.
Got greedy. Wanted to be efficient in the way he farms. But yeah. Could have played safe. 2 heroes were dead on his side. I feel like all these individual deaths by Milan's gonna slow down the game a bit.
We have Ags now on to Ben-Hur. Everybody's still super farmed on the Radiant, and like Milan definitely hurts to lose him every now and then, a decent chunk of gold. It's being split to the team, but he's still like above the Earthshaker right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
He's
attack.
doing good, but it would be better if he didn't die.
Will spread thrice.
Dyer's smoked up.
Radiant getting together.
Dire
Aegis going to expire in 10 seconds. This would have been a nice smoke to pick out the gyrocopter, but he is with the other side. They're on the other side of the map.
Still a good tower they can take, though. Even if they can force a fight at tier 2. This is, you're down 9k. And if you can make the enemy move around you, that's great.
Dire's
Trying to
top
buy
tower is under
some
attack.
time and space,
Radiant's bottom tower
but they're gonna
is
have
under
to
attack.
react to top.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Makoto in
Dire's
the
top
meantime.
tower is under
Go
attack.
back a bit, try to push this out, having a good idea of where all my DR. Milan cuts the creep wave in the meantime. Might have seen the
Radiant's bottom tower
Faceless
is
Void
under
jump
attack.
forward bottom, which sort of signals that, yeah, he's got people behind him.
Don't want to force high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Yeah,
fallen.
that's surprising.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Okay. That's gonna give Void
Radiant's
some time for
middle
his
tower
BKB.
is under attack.
I want to jump this flash. They have obs.
Good move back, just retreats. Dota thinking about going up high ground here.
Oh, they got the vision.
Yeah. Alright.
Radiant's bottom
8,000
tower is
gold lead
under
right now,
attack.
11 to 11. But you can take a look that this win probability is starting to trim down a little bit as Genesperis' lineup is slowing down a bit.
They're giving Void a lot of time because, I mean, he built a Midas, so you got a great window where this Void can't do a whole heck of a lot. But now he's got Maelstrom completed and 3k gold in the bank.
I think they're waiting. They want to wait for Gyros Satanic, but I don't think this is the play. Like now, Boom ID knows that they're severely lacking in catch, so they're just like splitting them up with Void being in one lane, Ember trying to be in one lane. If one of them gets caught, whatever, just keep pushing out the waves and buy time.
And Satanic's not even that huge of a spike for them. Chronosphere doesn't care how much status you have.
There is also going to be an Aghanims done on Earthshaker, likely close to it at least by the time the next fight comes around. Roche is going to be possible to respawn in 40 seconds. And there is going to be an Ags on Forev, probably.
I mean, that's going to be good if he's able to... Can you pop your ulti while you're in Chrono?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, that's good. Keep this team alive, but I'm just worried that this double BKB pickup from Boom is going to be enough to bring them back in the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely true that Genesperis have like a ton of items and are in a really good position. But you're always leaving open that chance for the next set of items on Boom ID to be pretty strong. It's interesting. I've watched so many of these games where it just you can tell the team's just like, all right, well, we're gonna get these items and then we're gonna go for the push. And then like suddenly they lose a fight or something, and then the game's completely flipped on its head. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Especially in this region.
Like if you lose that fight with like hitting your item timing as hard as you can, it's really, really bad.
Radiant's
Death
middle
Prophet's
tower
almost got
is under
BKB.
attack.
That's a good pickup. She won't be too afraid of Earthshaker or not. They got double BKBs now. They want to go fight.
Void has his BKB finished also.
And it's interesting because you compare that, like right now, FBZ is only 500 gold away from his axe. But they're going to take this fight regardless.
Gets
and
blocked.
Jump on in. Milan hoping to make a difference, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. And this is going to be a dead ABBA. The timings fall apart, and it is a super short Roche.
Yep. 10 seconds.
Are they going to be aware of this?
And he buys out the full Aghanim, so he can't buy back.
I don't think Boom can do it that quickly though.
Yeah.
They have ways to scout out with the Shadow Demon. But yeah, I mean, I'm just getting worried that Genesperis team fight's gonna start like being behind compared to Boom because they have Earthshaker and Faces Void.
What's DP got right now? She's almost got a BKB, and I think is going to have it done here in a sec. Yeah. So that's pretty value. Greaves for Lesh. SC's working on the Aether Lens, and that Satanic is done as well.
I think I'd prefer if this DP would go for a Hex instead of a Eos. They need like, if they can catch this, because Atos isn't good anymore. Like they need some way to lock down either Ember or Void, and if
Wait,
they can.
what's not good anymore?
Atos.
Oh, okay.
The Atos on Milan.
And, you know, this has kind of just been the story of Genesperis over and over again, is like a couple of heroes out doing their own thing on the map and not really being together, and then potentially getting kicked off afterwards. Alright, chase down. This is bold. Photo needs to back out.
He's happy.
Dude, he's trying to bait him in. Dude, the bait. Oh, the BKB is going to wear off and they're all going to be here? No, okay. Couldn't get silence time.
I feel like they should force, like, at least force a glyph at top. They know Ember has no, or Roshan.
Yeah.
Like, Ember has no BKB. Boom doesn't really want to fight right now.
40 seconds away. Bottom lane's going to be pushed in by Ian Green here. And just like that, Forev moves in.
Radiant's coming.
Radiant's bottom
Who's
tower
Radiant?
is under attack.
The room
Say
for
Radiant?
generation.
Yeah, no, Radiant.
Oh, Radiant.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Radiant.
Ember Spirit Radiance, let's go.
I clicked on him. I was like, really?
Yeah, I did
super
too.
farmed.
Shadow Demon.
So easy for Dire to just keep catching people.
But that's the thing, right? Like, shouldn't they just be in there forcing Roche right now, like you're talking about?
I don't know. Like, they're very indecisive and they don't really know what they want to do.
BKB is back online for Makoto. Tough stuff right now this game. Like, not where they want to be.
I feel like if this Death Prophet goes Yules, the game's not gonna. It's gonna be really hard for them. Otherwise, they're just gonna be like dancing around. They have no real way to lock down, kill these heroes. Like, just give it an Exo.
You know what's interesting there is it looked like Ben-Hur walked into the pit to check to see if Roche was there, but they should have realized it because Milan's illusion was in there, right?
Yeah.
So it maybe something else about like not communicating fully.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't get the Euros purchase, so I'm definitely with you on that.
Like, they already have 2 defensive.
Yeah, she has a BKB already. So it's like the Purge isn't that useful. And then offensively, Scythe is infinitely better.
Dude, Dreamo Cell, he is so ready to jump in. They gotta be super careful.
He doesn't have the time walk cast range though, so he's gonna like jump short.
Silence, looking for the opening, jumping in. Makoto somewhat low. Dreamo Cell up on the high ground, still waiting. He's looking for his opening. This could be huge for him. Thinking about jumping in.
Still waiting.
They're moving in. FBZ is low.
He's dead. Purge. I like how the way they fight though.
Dude, what the hell? Dreamo Cell. That was weird.
They had like two fights around the area, so like they weren't sure where to Echo and where to Chrono. That's the way you fight against a Void and a Earthshaker.
Yeah.
Now it should be a free Roche unless Dreamo Cell has some big balls.
Oh, it's Makoto who had the big balls.
Did you get it?
No, he died.
Whoops. I was just not looking at all. Sorry, guys. That's my
Okay.
bad.
I was looking at the Void too, and then I looked at Roche. What?
I was looking
Ember.
at In Your Dream because he has 4,700 gold in the bank right now.
He's rich.
It's like, what's he gonna do? What's this guy doing?
Dagon.
Let's go.
The Moonbox.
Minus
Dire's
travel
bottom
Dagon.
has fallen.
Do you get spell amp on the Dagon?
That should
I
help.
think
Yeah,
you
you do.
do. You get spell amp on everything.
Dire's middle tower.
Well, Dreamo
is
still has
under
the cast
attack.
walk. Cast range
Radiant's
time walk
top
talent
tower
now.
is under attack.
Alright, danger,
Top
danger.
tower has fallen.
I feel this should have happened like 10
Radiant
minutes ago.
structures are
Chemistry. They're moving in. Did you steal exorcism?
Radiant's
No, still silence.
Still a pretty good spell though. Like, if you put in an Abaddon,
under attack.
I think you can go.
Yeah, you could silence him and then Chrono.
Yeah.
Has fallen. Dire's bottom
It'll still
barracks
auto trigger
has
though.
fallen.
Right.
No,
Radiant's
just keep him
top
silent so
tower
he
is
can't
under
save.
attack.
He has
Oh.
no way to remove the debuff on himself.
That's a good point.
And I think he gets the upgraded version, right? So he gets like a spirit, a ghost hitting when he's silent.
Oh yeah. I don't know if that's linked to exorcism. I don't know. I'm curious. Let's see. I actually don't know how that works. I feel like it would be linked to exorcism, so that way anytime you like fade bolt something, then you get ghosts that
Oh,
go
okay,
to it.
yeah. Then yeah, that probably works. You get like the passive buff because
Right.
of it.
The chase. Lift up.
Yeah, I can see a
Controlled.
ghost.
Pops the ulti. Rev. Gotta be careful. They've got the Will-O-the-Wisp down now. Still silence. Makoto chasing. Gets the chains onto one. Chase for Chrono. Not quite able to catch there onto the Death Prophet. And suddenly the Soul Catcher. Turn around. Come on, Makoto. BKB pops. Barely able to walk away. The Remnant is so slow. But he does escape Echo Slam just to try and run away. But it is too much damage coming out from Genespris. FBZ tries to jump. The missile is going to connect. It should still be enough to keep him alive.
Guys, why are you going mid? You have no creep. Take your
Not
creep with.
fight. Oh. Wait, Makoto. Oh, I thought they were.
Creeps are coming.
Yeah, in your dreams and kill the creep. Could have bought some time.
To a future of grief.
Cut off the next wave, but oh,
That looked like almost a good fight for Boom, but then he chronoed his teammate.
Yeah.
and then the slam didn't connect on the. It didn't stun the gyrocopter either.
Good to see some big plays from Rubik here. Already got one. Rev still has his ulti though. on the split earth, connecting onto Gyrocopter. Makoto tries to bring him somewhat low while Milan lifted. Doesn't have a way to get saved. Forev not close enough.
There's like, whatever, we can't kill this Gyro, let's kill this Leshrac instead.
Why, guys?
Buyback from Lesh.
Dire's middle barracks.
Don't have Chrono for 60. Another round of cop out, and
Now Forbes probably gonna die because like they didn't want to get one rack.
chase forward. Grimaceau pops the BKB, gonna punch into him. He's dead. And well, you said it, they are gonna lose more than just a few. Now the Death Prophet tries to turn and fight. Exorcism still a long duration left though. That's gonna force FBZ back afterwards. Does have an ability to break this TP.
Oh.
Came in too late.
And In Your Dream got the Aghanim's Demonic Purge.
Oh, this is a dieback.
Like I don't get what Milan's doing. Like, just get the racks normally, and then you can move the top together.
Well, they got the racks, but that really cost them.
And that was with no Chrono and Echo.
How did they win that fight?
And with an Aegis.
How did what?
Because Milan is being Dora the Explorer.
Dire
Push or no
are
pushing.
Yeah, it was a little strange.
Radiant's
It's
middle
just-
tower.
you don't
is
need to
under
take
attack.
these unnecessary things. You know, you don't have to do extra moves. Keep it simple.
4 bounty runes go the way of Dire.
That's a big swing.
Dude,
1k net worth
That's like an
advantage now.
almost 10k swing.
Yeah.
They got 2 sets of racks, right? And in that time, it has now been like a 10,000 experienced earn difference. Gold is like shooting towards, I don't know, I mean now it's basically even.
And In Your Dream is Edict
Radiant's
stolen.
middle tower is under
So
attack.
they're going to destroy these towers.
Dude,
Radiant's middle
this is
tower.
real bad. No Relesh for 25 seconds. What can they do in that time?
And they have no Aegis, so Gyro's gonna be scared to be standing in front.
Oh.
Oh,
what
God,
a
the chrono! No save for you boys! And the chase down coming as they have Gyrocopter. BKB was not popped there, and they're going to decide to back out after the buyback comes.
This is good. This is how you're supposed to like slowly get back in the game. Boom idea are doing the right thing.
All the right moves.
Yeah, the Death Prophet, or the Leshrac was respawning soon enough that it wasn't worth trying to slow siege it. Just gotta get a hit and run tactic and force out a buyback from the Shadow Demon. And now 4 Radiant buybacks are unavailable, and only Caudle has had to buyback for Dire.
And like, you look at this situation right now. Top net worth is the Faceless Void. You've got this Ember who's finished off his Aghanim Scepter. Doesn't have the level 25 talent yet, which obviously makes a huge difference.
Are they gonna try to go mid to top?
He should have like waited and see if he needed to buy his a refresher.
Oh, this is big though. This is really big. If they could pop Exorcism here and just take the tower, you need to come and deal with this at this point. And they stole Exorcism. Oh, that's not good. And
Wait,
they're
what did he
thinking about
both
chasing
swords?
in here. Got to be careful. Silence has the BKB available if he wants to use it. Jumps away afterwards. Exorcism on Exorcism action.
Oh my god, he's destroying Milan.
Dude, he is getting completely eviscerated. And now trying to find more. In Your Dream. All these
Oh my god,
ghosts
Radiant
coming
is so
after him.
spread out.
But the thing is that they're still getting the objectives.
They didn't even use this Exorcism.
Yeah, Exorcism has not actually been used on anything. And the follow-up there, they have one more Rax left. If they can get it,
They
it's
just wanna
Mega
get
Creeps. But are they going to lose everybody for it? Chase coming through, and Forev the ulti doing a lot to keep the rest of Genespris alive. The silence is now there onto the Gyrocopter. They don't
the
hit on the
Bloodthorn.
stun. They have another round of chase here as they
Oh,
come
the chains.
forward. Chase forward, can't quite break the TP of the DP.
He's got buyback.
Ben
He'll take him down regardless.
2 raid boss between Butterfly and And PA should be able to deal with the lane. Sand King.
Yeah, I think Jab's just gonna tank the arrow if ever.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll cause chaos.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. I, for one, am a big fan of like PA Shadow. Worried about Elk. Like, sometimes this hero just wins the game, and it feels like there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's true. Let's see if the nerfs really affected him a lot.
Yeah? Be interesting to watch. So.
I don't know, but this guy has been doing so much for his team. It's ridiculous.
He's been hustling,
so
John.
much value.
Man's been hustling all game.
Oh, don't play 9-ball with this guy, dude.
Oh, RR. So with that, you had the
Ags got nerfed also, right?
I think the movement speed.
Also, right?
I think the movement speed.
Yeah.
There, at my hands,
So let's
is an
see.
honor.
Charges got reduced by 2, and movement speed got reduced by 10%.
There you go.
Oh, you can see it in game.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Well, because I haven't played Brood in a while, right? So does it the last time that you played it, or is it based upon the last patch?
No, I think it's based on the last patch.
Okay.
It's the last few patches.
Yeah, it's like it goes back like maybe like 4 patches or 3 patches. So then do you think he'll rush it?
I still think that's the way to go.
Yeah, especially if you got an Alk on your team also.
But it's pretty greedy, Alk and Brood. Brood's definitely got to win his lane, otherwise both of them are just going to be
Yeah, they do
farming.
nothing. Like, who does things on this team?
Yeah, Sand King Maranas. If this lane loses, then they're all just going to be farming.
And likewise for Fnatic, this is a lineup that I think with not that many items comes online and starts making moves around the map.
Yep. They definitely want to take towers if they're if they win the laning phase. That's one of the better ways to deal with Alchemist early game. Just make his map smaller.
Yo, DJ rolling out of base with Tango's Bazirang. This man a support or is he a carry?
Who knows what he's doing?
He's gonna go whack people.
God, it blows my mind though that it's like, even though they're taking that ring of protection out, Bassie's still good enough that you have to, like, you just start with it.
Yeah, I mean that was the goal of the change, is to you can't come to the lane with a bunch of regen and half of your Bassie. Now you have to roll out of the fountain with the full Bassie.
Yeah. We'll see if it works or if they need more nerfs.
Maybe.
It's gonna be the next item to get the goodbye hammer.
Oh man, I would not be
Just
surprised.
take it out of the game.
Aquila was step 1. All of Bassie is step 2. Vlads can build out of something else, I guess.
No, they're gonna remove Vlad's afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Shanks. He Shanks it left.
Ooh, he should have just waited for his ogre to be nearby.
Joe Beasley's like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, he's Jab's just gonna
NT.
give first blood.
What did you expect?
Yeah, it's got arrow.
Oh my god, dude! What the hell? Oh no! Jabs!
What a captain. Gives the first blood to his position 4 so they don't complain. Oh, but he gets by sentry.
Value. BHM does not have a sentry of his own.
Just give him the punch.
And neither does Marana.
Yeah, I feel like instead of a mango, a Sand King offlane should always buy like a sentry just to... You can't rely on your team.
Yeah.
So, so far so good for Moon.
Did anyone see if he learned Raise? He probably learned Raise level 1 because he bought mangoes.
Yeah, and he's already very low on mana.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Dude, he is scaring.
I mean, with a mango, he could double raise the Broodmother, but he already ate it.
He's got some more mangoes coming. Oh, he got a bottle.
When's the last time you saw a bottle one? I guess the last time you just saw SF in general. I feel like people just get like more null tallies now. Maybe I'm crazy.
Null Talons on S.
Yeah, that's definitely what I meant. I definitely didn't mean Wraith Bands.
So I was like, what?
Although, in Midas mode, I did see an SF.
Oh, he's dead, he's dead. Oh, he missed the right click.
Oh.
He did get all those spiders, though.
Oh, he got so much souls because of the spider.
Yeah, he did. He's the maxed out.
Dude, we know spiders don't have souls. What the hell? Oh, wait, is this going to be a kill? Brood. So you want to run him down?
Nah, he's just gonna... He's winning the lane. There's no point trying to... Yeah, he just has to make sure he can't, like, stack those spiders up.
Yeah.
That will do well.
Arrow, a little bit on the mark. And we missed first blood. Yeah, this is looking a little bit spooky, taking that Abaddon down.
Yeah, I don't think Alchemist is gonna have a good... Yeah, I don't think Alchemist is gonna have a good lane here. Ogre can't really do much to help him.
This is Rubik Bazirang. Infinite mana sustain for the Aphotic Shield and range damage for the Rubik.
Oh,
that feels bad.
He doesn't even get the
range. Damn. Well, all right, guys.
Busy yet again.
It was a good game number 1.
Inferior Arteezy, brother.
Nana's doing really well at mid.
Man, he's owning it.
Brood can't even play the lane.
Yeah, this is rough.
He just needs to make sure that he always has like a stack of Shadow Rays on the Brood.
Yeah. And then she can never get close.
Oh, very well done. So 1-1.
Yeah, so it seems like Nana's probably going to be going for a Yule's BKB type. Just insta-kill someone. Oh, here comes the spiders.
There's so many stuns, though. Like, you have to worry about...
Oh, he's got to be careful. There's the haste.
He's going to clear the spiders.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Because if he goes for the Yule's combo, like, you've got to worry about instant Burrow Strike, Fire Blast, arrows coming through, Unstable Concoction.
Yeah, that's why... Just use BKB.
This is a little bit scary, though, for Moon, right? Like, if he didn't have that haste rune, that might have been a kill. He kind of needs to, like, if there's a big spider, hit it on the first time coming out.
I mean, I'm sure he was playing as if he knew that he had a haste rune, though.
Yeah, that's true, too, I guess.
Dire are scanning.
3 Savage.
Get away from my carry. That's what you get.
DJ might do a roam to mid. Probably gonna block this camp. Yeah. Saw the ward as well.
Oh man, what a value.
Value sentry. Is he gonna fade bolt?
I mean,
he's not even gonna kill the ward. He wants that's okay.
Oh my god. Alchemist has to go jungle level 3.
Dude, this is
Feels
rough.
Bad, man. Sanking looks like he's going down top.
Oh, maybe. Battle for the bounty runes, though. They don't want to give them away for free. Jobeezy.
Oh,
they get it! No, he had a chance! Jobeezy, what have you done? They do kill off jabs up top. And it ends up being a 2-for-2 bounty exchange. Shanks gets the lead down to the low ground.
What was Jobeezy getting up to? I was watching Mag die. What did Jobeezy do?
He got the rune taken away from him.
Aww.
So, got 2 heroes jungling at the 5-minute mark.
And 2 of the camps. Oh, wait, no. The DJ didn't block the other camp. Well, whatever.
Well,
that's a freebie.
Damn. All right.
Mid lane. SF.
In some trouble, and Moon will go down. So it comes at a cost, but they get that free kill there on Alk.
I like their what they did. They just sacrificed bottom. They have to try to enable this Brood. Otherwise, you kind of have two cores just farming jungle all day.
Right.
We're talking about it's just like my pubs.
DJ's being really annoying, just following wherever this Alchemist is going. Yeah. Now there's so much spiders stacked. Nana can't just go in this back to the lane.
Yeah, but 1 Fade Bolt and then 1 Raise, and then he's got full souls pretty much.
Oh, kill the creep! Oh, he did. Nice.
Okay.
He already Fade Bolted. No, these spiders are like, it's party time.
Oh, careful, careful.
Do you guys want to do this?
Oh, this is super dangerous. But it's more space right now for the Alk. Like, he's clearing 2 stacks while all this is happening.
Yeah, but he's level 4.
Yeah, that ain't great.
Radiant's bottom tower has
In the
fallen.
meantime. Okay. Ice gets the tower.
He's just gonna keep pushing all the way. He's got his Vlads up now. No one can lane against.
Oh god, DJ fade bolted again.
Oh, DJ. Be careful, my dude. Arrow comes in. Ice. Showing up. Slowing down. Finding one kill. Joe Beasy dies.
They're forcing it too much.
SGDR.
Yeah. Like, they can just keep letting Brood cut the creep wave and whatnot. They already forced a lot of reaction at mid. Jabs is just stealing
Radiant's
acid.
middle tower is under attack.
This Alchemist has to be furious.
It's not looking good.
He's gonna get this wildkin. Oh.
Radiant's middle
No! Joe Beasy.
And now Ice pushes another tier 1.
Yeah, that, I mean, the value right now that you're seeing out of the Shadow Fiend in comparison to the Brood, it's pretty silly. Ice does pop his level 6 now. I'm just gonna back out. Oh, move.
Oh, now let's try to snipe.
You gotta get that force directional movement.
Yeah.
It's hard to get. I'm just gonna head back here, phase the wave twice, head back out. 8-minute mark.
Wait, how does Brood have 0 denies?
He couldn't deny against the SF because every time the spiders came close, he just raised.
Oh, jeez.
Spiders, a good bit of damage there.
Oh, they're all gonna.
Hephaestus shield play has been
Ice
pretty
is
close.
In trouble.
He has stick charge.
Oh.
Oh,
That's a lot of gold.
damn, that was not what needed to be done.
is under attack.
Well, how's the rest of the Fnatic looking right now? 23 Savage, double Wraith bands. They've got a crown, almost a veil completed on Sand King. Bassie, no boots on Mirana yet. Doesn't look like she has any coming out either. Just went for a Windlace. And in the meantime, Alk, he's got 1,000 gold in the bank, so looks like he's trying to save up early for that Radiance.
Needs that money.
So what do you think about the state of the game right now? Like, how concerned are we about the SGD lineup?
A little bit, you know. I think they weren't expecting Brood to lose this hard mid because it was a last pick. I think Nana just outplayed him in mid, or maybe the Brood guy's not familiar with the matchup,
Right.
as much as he thought it is, you know. But he's recovered. He's cutting creep wave. They don't have the best ways to catch him, so I think they're happy with the state of the game right now. They just need to make sure they chase out this DG at bottom just so they doesn't get too much out of the.
Dire's top tower.
Because if he's able to farm us early Spirit Vessel, that's really bad for Alchemist.
If who is?
Rubik.
Yeah. DJ. Just being a butthead. So you gonna try and deny it?
Yep.
Oh.
We're here to say.
We got an empowered PA. It's trying to farm up some
Alchemist is in
spiders.
trouble. Oh, he missed the
Ooh.
race. Should be fine. Maybe not. Okay, well,
Chase, chase, chase.
of course TJ's gonna get the last hit.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, they go in towards the mid lane, and 23 Savage just goes for the back away. Gotta be careful about the arrows. Jumps to the creep wave, and they're out. But chase forward for more. There's gonna be the skewer back in. 23 Savage thinking about chasing with another round. Let's have a Phantom Strike if he wants to use it.
Is under attack.
A little bit too scary, and does not have Empower on him anymore.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's gonna go for the deny.
Could be.
Whoa.
It's a little scary. Oh, we got it.
Player.
Well done.
It's not gonna all chat? Oh, it's cooldown.
That went well.
Oh, did DJ get the... Oh, no. It's always fun when you get the web as Rubik.
Yeah.
Just start running around. Do they persist afterwards?
No, they swap.
It's too bad.
But Brood has a hard time telling which one's which. She's like, why am I not moving fast?
RP is up right now on jabs.
With 3 points in Empower, you could do something against this Brood. Okay.
Oh, not bad at all.
I don't think he's gonna die, but just clear
The
the spiders.
gold.
Look at that.
It's not that much, but I think it's more annoying for the Brood because he has to get his spiders back up.
Right. And it's not like the mag is going to get a great RP right now anyways.
Yeah.
His goal is just to make sure Phantom Assassin gets nice and big.
DJ's building his own spider army at the bottom.
Oh, jeez.
He's microing it too.
Nice.
Scouting it out.
Drawing away this upcoming creep wave.
Dude, this is really
Dire's
good.
top tower is under attack.
That's so much damage dealt.
Dire's structures
Oh, he
are
did move the spider over to block.
Oh, he got an arrow though.
Oh.
No mana.
It's even better.
Yo, he went for 2 points telekinesis also. Huh.
What's the value there? I guess
It seems minimal at
The
best.
duration and the
Cast
cast range.
But technically you get more duration from Arcane
Dire's
Supremacy
top
also.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I
it's
think
really just cooldown and cast range. 25 more cast range.
it's preference. I know a lot of people that go 1 for 1 as well. Hey, 1 2 1.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, so far so good, but the looming threat of the Alk, who has been left alone, is about to get his relic. It's maybe a little bit concerning.
Yeah, but this PA's been free farm. Almost Deso. And he'll be ready to fight, you know. When the Alk gets Radiant, he'll still be wanting to farm.
Jump on in, take down the Ancients. Nice and easy. 23 Savage.
Deso should be up.
Ice taking some abuse from Joe Beasy and the gang in this top line.
Dire's middle tower
The
is
fact
under
that they
attack.
just can't really do anything right now about this Brood is so annoying. It's kind of a little nuisance.
Yeah, but she's not pushing down towers though.
Dire
That's
has
when you
fallen.
really need to start getting worried about Brood. She is like
Radiant's
vacuuming up
top
all
tower
the
is under
eastern jungle
attack.
farm, but she's not really doing any objective damage.
Failed smoke from SGD. They smoked under a ward.
Oh,
Now they're getting chased out.
spots him.
Rubik's probably gonna get Burst Strike.
Damn.
Sandstorm's pretty good too.
So Moon went for drums, and as Victor Savage they chase. Could think about going there for the RP, but decides to hold on to it for the moment. And they're gonna keep the jungle under control as Deso is coming out right now for this PA.
Radiant
They do have a couple of
structures
creeps,
are
so they're going to
fortified.
be able to take down this tier 1 tower. Maybe go for more afterwards if they wanted to.
Oh, Ice lost the 3 stacks, so well, doesn't matter.
Dire's top tower is under
Burrow.
attack. Radiant's
Arrow.
middle tower has fallen.
Not really where they wanted it to be. An aphotic shield as well as the save coming out.
Oh.
Moon able to turn it around. Needs to get the hit, but the stun is there. Last second. Moon still dropping low, but not low enough. They find and kill off that Sand King. Dude, the ABBA is doing so much
that's
value
Centaur.
for it.
That unstable concoction.
Oh, I thought that was a Centaur stuff.
It's a Radiance picked up, though, by the Alk.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And he wasn't in that fight, but still a little bit scary.
Man, I want my fight recap. I want to see how much gold Moon got out of that Requiem.
Where'd it go?
He killed so many spiders. Oh, he didn't even get... Wait, what? 30 gold? That can't be right.
I think this is just from hero kills.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
The other thing there that's a little bit interesting is the build that Ice is going for. Maxing out this Mistcoil.
Radiant's
It's what you're
bottom
talking about, of
tower
just
is
like
under
max
attack.
sustain.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I don't really know why. I think... Yeah, just probably because he wants to keep both SF and PA up. Because they're going for fighting builds. PA is going for BKB now, and SF's skipping the Euls and going straight BKB. They just want to make sure that they're ready to fight always.
Nice. Activates more time. Take off that Sacred Arrow stun.
Oh, this is really good if they can get him.
Oh, double raise, triple raise! She was out of leap charges anyway,
nice.
but that was still sick.
Always feels good getting that triple raise down.
Dude, Moon is so good.
Not bad.
I mean, he's no jabs, is all I'm saying.
See, this is the thing that we always have to be sure that we let people know, that you played with this guy a lot, because otherwise people are going to think that you're
biased
just blaming.
caster.
Before we get into the picks, how do you feel, sir?
I'm feeling really excited for this one, Mike. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath, and, there's a bit of storyline. Former friends playing up against each other here. Gonna be one hell of a match watching these guys go head to head. I am really curious to see who's gonna head out and take this series. Honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if one team wins one game each. I do consider these two teams fairly close in skill level, but we never know. TNC, they have been undefeated so far. GeekFam did draw out their last series last night against Signal, so we'll see how far they can get here.
Oh, they'll start off with the Conquer for GeekFam and straight into the Invoker. TNC, of course, starting off with the Night Stalker, but some mind games already from GeekFam. Who is the mid laner and who's playing the position 4, I wonder?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a surprise here. You can see a support Invoker. That has happened a couple of times. TNC, much more straightforward. OD is definitely going to be mid or safe. Definitely core. No flexibility there for the OD. Really surprising from TNC, but we have seen them do this before. They open up with 2 cores first. Whereas GeekFam, they have that flexibility with Kunkka. Again, the Invoker, there have been a couple of games before in some sporadic teams there they run that support Invoker. I don't know if that's going to be the case here. More than likely, we are looking at the core Invoker, of course. And maybe a support Kunkka. It has been a while since we've seen that one come out. You could also run it in the off. I suppose that's somewhere it can work.
I have a feeling it'll be their offlane Kunkka. I do feel that way, simply because you've got Zephyr on the team. Now, Zephyr, we've seen him on Grimstroke, we've seen him on Rubik. The man changes the game. He's such a good position 4 player. I don't remember seeing him play the Kunkka. Not that I doubt his ability. I just feel like if you're going to play up against a team like TNC, you've got to bring out the big guns. I want to see a Rubik. Definitely. I want to see a Grimstroke. Something huge for Zephyr. The Kunkka would still be nice. The Invoker, who knows how well he plays it. If they did run that as a pos 4, I suppose only time will tell. But GeekFam trying to play these mind games with TNC. TNC, though, they got the Night Stalker OD, which is a very, very powerful opening in this meta, especially that Night Stalker. Not to mention, if we're going to talk about Gabby for a second, his Bristleback is available right now if March wanted to pick it up for him.
Yeah, he was really insane. He got a great start on that Bristleback the last time we saw it. The last series we saw them, they played a 20-minute game into a 38-minute game. Really just fast-paced from TNC. And with how fast they went through the draft, with how fast they got their 2 heroes off the bat, the last time we saw them pick 2 cores back-to-back was in that 20-minute game. So that's, to me, it shows a lot of confidence from TNC and what they want to do. Perhaps they understand what GeekFam does, and they have played with them before. They have played together before as well. Some teammates, former teammates in there. Should be interesting to see how that works against each other. I would give TNC the slight edge here, as again, they are the favorite so far, 2-0 in terms of Series 1. GeekFam has 1 win, 1 draw.
Well, GeekFam, final ban, they are thinking quite heavily about this final ban. Because I do believe it is probably going to be regarding Gabby's hero, this ban. Like, no, they'll get rid of the Tiny, so just worried about the position 4 pickups that TNC could go for. And we know it's Tim's, and I suppose Tim's is also a crazy good position 4. Of course, memories of TI9 where Tim's was just destroying teams by himself. They'll go for the Undying, which we've seen over and over again. TNC, though, Enigma is the pickup, and is that a Tim's Enigma we're about to see? I think it might be. But that prompts the Zephyr Rubik, does it not?
Oh, it definitely does. I'm sure GeekFam is looking at that and they're like, yes.
Oh,
no. Okay.
No. Why? I mean, maybe they don't have space, let's be fair, but... Oh, it would have been nice, wouldn't it?
The Pugna does eat a lot of space as well. I think the one thing the Pugna does give you a bit more of is wave clear and push, which I guess the rest of their lineup really doesn't have great tower melting capabilities, so the Pugna does give you that. It clears out the Eidolons well if you don't have a Kunkka around. So you do get that coming out from it. The big question now is, who's the support? You have Pugna Undying and Kunkka, potentially your supports. if you really want to factor the Invoker, I mean, you could say it could be, but I really doubt that one in this game. It does feel like we are going to be seeing the Undying is definitely support, yes. Now, is it going to be the Kunkka or Pugna?
Radiant team back.
Legion Commander.
Well, same kind of question goes for TNC. What's this Legion Commander doing? Is this a... Hold on.
No, it's going to be a POS 1 Night Stalker again. Didn't they do that? Yesterday, their last game, 38 minutes, that was their core Night Stalker, wasn't it?
I'm not saying it was a bad Night Stalker performance. Is it really the kind of game? I mean, you're versing GeekFam, arguably, one of the better teams in the closed qualifier. Is this a Position 1 Night Stalker kind of game? I don't feel like there was much influence from that POS 1 Night Stalker.
Look, Gabby still did a decent job in that hero. You definitely see the shortcomings of putting it in POS 1, but they still won that game out. Honestly, there's not too much negatives to that. It does come online fast. It does do a lot of damage fast. Why not allow it to get that farm earlier on? This lineup is looking pretty damn greedy from TNC, though. Like, all of these heroes require a lot of EXP, and 3 of them, actually 4 of them require a lot of farm. TNC does close it out with a Chen, so that's a lot of aggression being tied in early on now. You have that great laning presence, great jungle roaming capability. The biggest issue I see is that Chen and Enigma will be sharing that jungle early on.
They certainly will. You don't need to really send the Chen jungle, though. You can just sit him in lane. And
you're going to be dipping in for the creeps. And the Enigma wants those big creeps.
See what the game plan is GeekFam. They'll go into the Spectre. Okay, fair enough. I mean, the thing is, TNC Predator, the hardest carry they probably have here is Armel on the OD, which does tend to do well against the Spectre. The Night Stalker, not so much up against the Spec. It will indeed be the POS 4 Invoker coming out from Zephyr, and Cuckoo will be on the offlane Kunkka, which indicates a mid Pugna coming out for Ryoya. Very interesting drafts, very different, and something we certainly weren't expecting. And I suppose there's just way too many questions to asking and have answered here, John. It's just one of those things where we got to kind of wait to get into the game and see where everyone's going. And how they're going to lane this, especially for TNC, because you already talked about the fact that the Chen wants to dip into the jungle, take a big creep. Tims wants those big creeps, though. There's so much XP to be had on the map, but there's so much XP that this draft wants on the side of TNC. If they get a bad start, if they lose the laning stage, they're going to be so far behind of GeekFam.
They really want to end this one early as well. They want to shut Raven down, make sure the Spectre does not find that farm he wants to get. He will escalate quite fast, and we have seen Spectres really take over that late game if you're not careful. In this particular case, he doesn't have any equivalent core on the opposite end. Sure, there's the OD, but you're really going to be hanging off the back of that OD, whereas you have decent scaling on the side of GeekFam. The Spec scales, the Kunkka scales nicely. The support Invoker scales, which is going to be interesting to see. I think that's the biggest wild card that we see being pulled out from GeekFam. Zephyr Invoker. This guy was godly on the Grimstroke. He was godly on his Rubik. The Invoker playstyle, I guess, isn't too far out. Going to be interesting to see him play it, though. He does go for the quas first.
That's pretty standard stuff. It's going to go for the... I'm assuming he'll go quas specs. If you are going to run a POS for Invoker, generally you don't touch the Exort until later on. Of course, Ryoya once again in the mid lane as that Pugna. Looks like he'll be, of course, up against Armel on the OD. Which is a rather interesting matchup because the Pugna does enjoy going up against the OD with that Nether Ward. So we'll see how Armel deals with this.
My purpose fulfilled.
Can be rather hard as well because you tend to lose the tier 1 mid tower quite fast to a Pugna. And as an OD, there's not much you can do to stop it. There's a lot of help will be required from March on the Chen. Armel, give him the have fun. Raven will give the good luck. Very nice to see. Cuckoo jumps in as well.
Miss you. Aww. Aw.
You're a trusty mate.
Oh, Gabby gives him the love.
I love this matchup already, Mike. Should be really fun to watch. Zephyr already posturing around with his Invoker quite nicely, giving a lot of hits onto March.
Yeah, but look at KP bot lane. He's copped a hell of a lot of damage. Doesn't get that bot banner rune either. He'll rotate and find the other one on his side of the map. I suppose he will be okay. I mean, he didn't really go for the press the attack, but rather went for the level 1 overwhelming odds. So he will have to chomp down on some tangos before returning to the lane.
It's going to be a bit of a rough time for KP. This kind of lane matchup does not favor him at all. There's only so much you can really do, and you are going to be relying on your mana pool to get that harass off. If Dubu plays his cards right, he can definitely zone out KP just fine.
My purpose fulfilled.
What's up at the top lane? Cuckoo on that off lane. Kunkka will be up against Gabby on the Night Stalker. March will be there on the Chen, and so far he's just gone for that level 1 Divine Favor. Zephyr on that Voker. Just gonna have to focus on getting that level 3 to 4 mark before he can actually make some plays happen. Only got that level 1 Cold Snap available right now. There's not really much way they can shut down this Night Stalker either. Like, with March there to protect him as well and keep him healed up, I don't really see Cuckoo being able to stop him from farming up. So Gabby should essentially hit his timings pretty well.
That's an issue I have with the support Invoker. It does take quite a fair bit of EXP to suddenly come online, so Zephyr is going to be soaking a bit more than he is contributing to this lane.
Try harder.
KP. No love from him. He's giving it to him straight off the bat. Back to that mid lane, where Ryoya having a pretty even time with Armel. Armel finding a couple last hits more than Ryoya can. And no points in the ward quite yet, so he's not looking to abuse that yet. Although Dubu, he'll go and deny himself to the tier 2 as well. So at what point do you think you go for the Nether Ward in this matchup? Like, is it the level 4, you just pick it up just in case you need it up against that OD?
I don't think it's too bad at level 4, but again, we have seen some players opt to skip it out entirely until later on, so remains to be seen. I think there's a lot of value in that early level, just to slow down the regen from Armel. He is still going to have some decent regen though. We do see it coming out from Ryoya. Level 1 Edward now out. It's just, you can't really stop Armel from just regaining it. He's just going to be playing around with his Astral quite well and the Equilibrium. Up against a full creep wave, he's just going to have full mana anyway.
Raven on the Spectre, having a pretty decent time as well. Hasn't really been shut down whatsoever by KP. And I mean, you already talked about the fact that KP can't do much up against that Undying lane. So all he can do is try to focus on finding those last hits for himself rather than shutting the Spectre down. Top lane, Gabby. Falls quite low on the Night Stalker, but he'll be alright.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Just walk away and, of course, he will just salve himself up.
Your future is grim.
Hell. Apparently pretty satisfied with what's going on in the mid lane. Ryoya will drop the ward. We'll have to second guess how he plays this lane now, as again, Dubu will waste his mana, run straight to the tier 2 tower, and he is making KP's life a living hell. KP's been forced to run back to the fountain, losing a lot of XP and gold here. Although he can TP back, Dubu is seemingly doing a very, very good job.
This is the one thing again with TNC's lane, it's that the LC can't really do too much here, especially when you consider the fact that Tims is just jungling. So it's a much harder lane for KP than it should be. Raven is going to be very happy with his situation. Of course, his farm is escalating just fine, finding all the last hits he wants, then be having those phase boots in a bit, then just going to grab that Soul Ring for mana sustain.
Looking back over to this pos for Invoker, he's just about to hit level 3. This is what concerns me sometimes about these support Invokers, is you just don't get that XP priority on such a hero. And I mean, it's still very early on anyway. In fact, they are going to go on to Gabby. Gabby, X-torrent it up. There's the cold snap from Zephyr. March, though, will come in and help him out. They might even just try and turn around and punish Cuckoo a bit for that. Mid lane, Ryoya ends up getting very low behind the tier 1 mid tower as well, but he'll get out safely with the TP after the Astral was already committed. So surprisingly enough, no first bloods coming out yet between these two, although Cappy drops very low to Cuckoo's Tidebringer. Cuckoo is also extremely low, and Gabby looking to make some sort of play with his Void, but he doesn't have the mana. March is just going to try and force Cuckoo out of this lane the best he can.
It has been really even posturing from both sides so far. Rather conservative from each end. I don't think either side really wants to be giving that early ground. This is most evident in that mid lane. 29-13 up against 24-4. Really even between Armel and Ryoya. They are just kind of trading hits evenly, although it is a slight EXP lead for Armel now as he does have his level 6. There is a rotation with Zephyr though.
Well, he has a Tornado, but I think Armel may have spotted him out. And even if you do land the Tornado, I don't believe it's going to be enough. You may need that level 1 life drain in conjunction with the Cold Snap to really find the kill onto Armel. So, Tornado, Zephyr, just blocking the power rune away from Armel. It'll allow Ryoya to bottle it up for himself. That's a nice little win in and of itself, but it goes back to the point that Armel is still farming basically freely.
He definitely is. He's going to have decent timings on his itemization. Already has his 2 bracers as well to tank up a bit more. Not going to be too concerned about the damage coming out from Ryoya earlier on, although he is going to be punished just a bit for his aggression.
Yeah, just a little life drain. Now with the double damage activated as well, some more tier 1 damage can be dealt. Looks like he'll just focus on getting those creep kills instead. So looking back down to the bot lane again, Raven. Top of the last hits board with 44 and 10, doing a fantastic job on the Spectre. Top lane, Cuckoo dropping low, but Gabby couldn't get in range, and Zephyr will be there with the EMP, just in case he wanted to keep chasing. Though Gabby may return back in if he really wanted to. Looks like the presence of that Invoker is a little bit too intimidating for him to try.
This is rather surprising coming out from TNC. Normally when you see this Chen, the aggression is pumped up a bit more. It has been a pretty passive game so far. Just a lot of patience from both sides to try to find and eke out an advantage without risking too much. TNC side, they're not really feeling the need to be aggressive because they are getting a lot of space onto Tim's at the cost of KP not having the best run, although KP is still finding a decent amount. He's 28-2. Which is really far behind that Spectre's 52-10, but the fact that he even has any sort of last hits is impressive in and of itself. He is keeping up with EXP as well. Does have his duel
Gabby.
up, just no opportunity.
Top lane, Cuckoo misses the X boat, and Gabby gives him the tip.
Oh, gotta love this. I love this.
Haunt coming out. Who are they going for? KP's the one to go, or actually find the kill on Ryoya mid lane. Be the Pugner going down, and now they will end up also finding the Undying with that Astral. Armel with the voice line. Dubu, indeed your future is grim right now as KP is not going to back off. He will still decay, but he does go down. A double for the Legion Commander, and he does also find a jewel off as well on the Pugner.
That is a really amazing start for KP. His laning phase wasn't the smoothest time. He didn't die though, so it is kind of a win for him, but finding that early duel win does set him up quite nicely. If they can keep applying that pressure with his Legion Commander, they can definitely get a lot more done on this map. They are going to be pushing in on that tier 1 down bot. Massive army from both the Chen and the Enigma coming into play.
KP, he has Jewel available. He sees Dubu. He wants to go for a march. He'll rotate around as well. Give the vision. Slow him down. Dubu, soul rip up. Tims is there with the Midnight Pulse. And that's going to be an easy Jewel surely for KP. And it is. And with that, they will go ahead and take the tier 1. Cuckoo. He'll come in, throw out the X-Boat onto March. March will take it. Raven now rotating with Ryoya, and they just blow up the Chen. And so they do find a trade. Can they find KP? Not quite. He will just press the attack and run the hell out of there. And so 1-5. I mean, those 2 kills initially were just Dubu denying himself anyway, so it's essentially a 1-3. Though 3k net worth lead for the side of TNC going into this game almost 10 minutes in.
It's a really good start so far for TNC. They have been finding everything they want from these lanes. The one thing that they haven't really done is shut down Raven. He's still farming up quite well, 3.96, 3.k or around 4k net worth now, just a bit behind that Armel OD. So he's still doing quite fantastic, never shut down in lane. They are trying to find something though, but they lose out in the bounties.
They do. Top lane Zephyr is going to go down. Armel will go ahead and pick that one up, and he found the bounty runes as well. In fact, TNC get every single bounty off the map. It's going to be more great news for them. It extends their lead to 4k now, 10 minutes in. This is exactly the start they would have wanted. With this kind of start, they can really set the tempo for the game. This is not what GeekFam want. I mean, with their draft, they want to be the aggressors and the ones setting the tempo. TNC is not allowing it so far.
They should be able to get some decent damage onto this tier 1 mid now though, especially since you have that Pugna up in front. All that decrep is going to do its work.
T1 is pretty down low though. My goodness, overwhelming odds from KP, just melting them. That T1 is deniable, and March will go ahead and deny that gold away from GeekFam. It's another thing as well with this kind of lineup. When you've got a Pugna, you want to push these towers down so quick, but losing the gold like that is really not going to be great for GeekFam. It's kind of one of those things you learn to expect to have with this Pugna, but having it denied like that, not really the way they wanted to do it.
Definitely not. You can already see some form of gearing up for that late game coming out from GeekFam. They are having Raven queue up that Midas into the Radiance. The first time in a while since we've seen Spectre Radiance pop out in these close qualifiers. It has tended to go for that Yasha Manta style into Diffusal.
I think this build is much more preferable, right? Because you haven't really got the best late game on the side of TNC. Like, apart from the OD, and yeah, maybe you could argue the Night Stalker can transition to a super good position 1 once he hits level 25. But before that level 25, can they handle the Spectre once the Radiance is up?
You might have enough in KP's LC, honestly, especially if they do gear up for maybe like a Silver Edge at some point. Definitely not a Silver Edge rush. I don't think there's any need to rush that item, but it slots into LC's itemization quite fine. And you can definitely maximize that. Isolating that Spectre, or at least going on the Spectre with a +1, should ensure you that, and LC can stack up in damage quite fast.
A lot of smokes being brought up by Zephyr. Buys all 3. Looks like he's ready to go with the team. He has hit level 6 now. There's that Midas coming out on Raven as well. So his farm, expect that to escalate quite quickly now. Look at over to Armel though. He has the Veil up. He's going straight into that 4-star into the Hurricane Bike. And his farm has essentially been uncontested as he is top of the net worth board. It's not going to slow down anytime soon either. Just spamming that Arcane Orb to make it very, very easy. Farm up even quicker.
This is the one nice thing about TNC's draft as well. It's not super greedy on the cores that they do have. So you can have the OD farming up
Zephyr
and the LC.
Goes on to KP. Drains a lot of mana with that EMP. Perhaps just getting set up for this attempt at KP's life. The Dubu does show himself to March. Now KP will be very well aware that there's more than one hero up at that top lane. He'll stick around. He is not going to back off yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of courage onto Zephyr to get these plays going. He has been finding the EXP he wants. So he's progressing at a decent enough pace. Probably not as fast as you'd want on a core invoker, but this is a support.
Bot lane, Armel, he's found a target, and it's actually going to be Raven on the Spectre going down. A great pickup there from Armel. Tim still holds the black hole if they want to try and return back in. It looks like Cuckoo is just trying to X himself and find a bit of farm while he can. And TNC will happily back off after that massive pickup.
It's definitely the kind of kill you want. They do manage to get a nice kill onto Dubu as well. Once again, another dual win for KP. So that's 30 damage off the bat at 14 minutes in. Very happy with the performance coming out from KP. They recognize that they need to build up in this LC to get momentum in that mid game. They have set themselves up quite well for that.
Horde coming in, looks like it's at the bot lane. Midnight Pulse has been placed. Zephyr though takes care of the Enigma. Ryoya also finding, well, Ryoya finding Tim's actually, it was not Zephyr who picked up the kill. So GeekFam find an Enigma kill. That'll be the end of that. I wanted to quickly point out though, you look over to March and his creeps. He's got 40% magic resist thanks to these auras coming from the Centaur courses. Of course the Hellbear as well. And I got up against the Pugna, I mean you have a laugh about that, but up against the Pugna and Kunkka, it's actually a lot of magic resist.
Yeah, it definitely is great against Pugna. It's great against the Invoker. Kunkka, it's pretty okay, but his main damage is, I guess the boat does do a lot of work.
Dubu drops a tombstone, will heal himself up. Boat will fly in straight onto Armel, though he'll astral up as well. KP trying to find a jewel, but has no mana to really use. Now the X will come out onto Armel, ensuring he can't catch anyone else out. GeekFam, they will back off, though their stacks look like they will be taken by Armel and Gabby.
That's going to be a massive win for TNC, just clearing out everything they've stacked up for the chorus. Not going to be happy about that as GeekFam, but TNC gets a really big gold injection from that, just from the rather strong posturing they held. They were under a ward that entire time, but there's nothing GeekFam could do to punish that.
Gabby picks up the full Aghanim Scepter now. Well, that Ags offers a hell of a lot to TNC during those nights. GeekFam, we'll see how they deal with this, though I don't believe they've gotten anywhere near enough to contest TNC with this power peak. I mean, Raven is still farming very well on the Spectre. He's just fallen slightly behind the Night Stalker and the OD. Mel. Look at that OD. He's going to have a Hurricane Pike very, very soon. And it looks like they are also going to find Cuckoo up the top lane. Jewel being committed. Gabby's there. It's just to hold him down while they can. And in fact, they will just back off. They don't have the damage output on Cuckoo. X Torrent will be there. He has no backup. That was just a bit of damage coming out. Well, you need a bit more than that. I suppose you do need the OD around once that duel's going on if you want to get someone like the Kunkka.
Yeah, it's rough. You don't really have the damage right now, and Zephyr is just annoying in this Invoker.
Just draining the mana of KP. Making sure he second guesses himself when he does heal himself or use that jewel. Bot lane, Tims, Gabby moving forward. They found Dubu on the Undying. That'll be a very easy pickup for them. We'll see if they capitalize with the tier 2 tower, as March is roaming in on the Chen as well. It does seem like it's just a natural play to go for that bot tier 2 now. But perhaps even just look for other kills, and yeah, they actually move out of that tier 2 range. They'll just get back into the jungle, get back to farming up a bit. I wonder where they're headed next. As Gabby, he does find a double damage rune now. That definitely means you want to fight.
They could just take out this tier 1, but they're going into a smoke from GeekFam.
Yeah, but the smoke's gonna be broken. Tim straight away gets it and blinks out. He has a blink on the Enigma. You gotta worry about that as Gabby gonna move in. EMP to block. They'll happily take that tier 1 tower instead. Now pop the Hunter in the night. Tornado will stop them in their tracks, and the Torrent is going down as well. Life Drain is there on Armel. They perch off the Decrepify. X. Armel going to be brought back, but he might just want that as Dubu is too far forward on the Undying. He's still so darn tanky though. He has 20 strength stacks. And yeah, TNC, they won't be able to really find a pick, but they found what they came for in the tier 1 tower. And they still have the black hole ready to go whenever they need to. Like, they may need it now. GeekFam, they're trying to defend this tier 2 tower. Armel does do a bit of damage. But it looks like that'll be enough for TNC. They'll just back off to safety now.
It's really safe trades coming out so far. I like the patience from both teams to get this happening. GeekFam, they're going to be, not too happy about losing that tier 1 down mid. But that did give a lot of space towards Raven. He's just about 300 gold away from that Sacred Relic. And once that's up, of course, his damage escalates quite a fair bit. Just needs to save up for the Radiance recipe, and he should be able to contribute at least with the haunts.
Dubu getting caught out. KP will take a very, very easy duel victory. Armel will be the one to claim the kill on the OD, and that'll mean that both bounty runes do go the way of TNC. Looks like GeekFam will go ahead and take the bot bounty runes, and Gabby understood Zephyr was around, did not want to risk getting caught out. They didn't want to risk that bounty. This is all just part of the plan from TNC. Like, it looks a bit slow, but it is just surgical play coming out from this dire side. And GeekFam, they really just haven't found an answer for it yet.
They definitely haven't. This does remind me of how TNC played their Game 2 in their second series yesterday. It was the same kind of pace with the Gabby Night Stalker. I believe they did have the Armel OD in that game as well. And they just kind of took it slow. They played around at nighttime, and when it was daytime, they just take their time, farm up. And they didn't really care for the enemy's late game, despite their own late game somewhat lacking. They just are confident in what they have. Looks like they will wait out Gabby's BKB at the very least. The recipe is just about there. Around 500 gold short. And then he's going to be going on to his Blink and Nullifier. Exact same build-up as the last time we saw Gabby's POS 1 Night Stalk.
KP has the full pipe up now as well. So you already have all this magic resistance coming out from March's creeps. KP's got a pipe up. It almost feels like magic damage is going to do absolutely nothing while those two are going. In fact, you're getting pretty darn close to that point. GeekFam going to try and force in this tier 1 tower up at the top lane. KP will be set up to try and defend. In fact, he will back off. He realizes there may be a few more heroes around, and they do end up showing themselves. TNC, they'll go ahead and just take a bot tier 2 tower with Armel, but he won't really get as much damage as you would hope. Looks like TNC are just going to continue focusing on getting those core items up.
It's definitely just a game of patience here. It does allow us to inch closer to some item timings. The big one is probably going to be KP's Blink. That is going to allow him some much easier initiation. You're not going to be relying entirely off the back of Tims, who has done fantastic work anyway.
Armel astrals himself up. Now Dark Ascension comes out. Gabby, he'll move forward with the Crippling Fear straight onto Dubu. Now the Blast will not do anything with that BKB. Tims, he's been jumped on. Cold Snap not allowing him to throw out the Black Hole. Armel now. X Torrent, no, it will not connect. Cuckoo dropping very quick. The Sanity's being dropped. And now TNC, it looks like it is their fight to take as... well, that Spectre falling very low. Raven goes down. The Pugna as well to 4. And that's going to be a full team wipe coming out. And John, they make it look easy.
They definitely do. That was some wonderful blocking coming out from March. Blocking Raven's path out, making that kill much easier. And with that full team wipe coming out, they can go into these tier 3s quite fast, as they really just melt towers.
Tier 3 gonna be under siege. Oh, duel from KP, perfectly done onto Dubu. Tornado will not save the day as Armel will clean him up. And with that, they can definitely secure this tier 3. They won't spend any more time here. They just leave the racks for later. There are shrines opened up to be taken. That is exactly where they'll go. They still have tier 2 towers on the map as well.
Just wonderful, the patience coming out from TNC to realize when to pull back and when to take these fights. Definitely a bigger improvement from the past year. You know, I remember times where they just keep going and it would cost them a couple of fights. The patience has definitely grown into them, and it really has affected their playstyle quite a fair bit. As we do go into 24 minutes in, 3-16, a 13k net worth lead for TNC, looking quite good for themselves. Raven, with his Radiance, should be escalating in a fair bit, but it's going to be a while until the Spectre is forced in and of itself.
Well, Dota Plus as well, currently saying 95% chance that TNC pull this victory off. A Cuckoo, X, Torrent in the mid, though KP, very nice blink away. GeekFam, they're trying to find some openings, it just doesn't seem to be there, or rather TNC's not allowing them to have any. Cuckoo giving KP the tip. They commit the Dark Ascension again. Gabby wants to get aggressive. Dubu is going to be the target. In fact, no. They want Zephyr. Dubu will have to suffice for now. They're fighting around the shrine, though. They'll pop the BKBs while the boat comes in. And now Ryoya, he'll be the target. They'll duel him up perfectly from KP. They won't find the duel victory. Or maybe they will, just in the nick of time. And 2 more heroes go down for the side of GeekFam. TNC just running everything perfectly.
They definitely are. KP is building up the damage, and this is exactly what you want to be seeing from this LC. You are riding off the back of her damage. Going into this, definitely scales a bit faster than the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is much stronger in control, but the LC is the one that's going to be laying that smackdown. So KP is set to do that quite well. Armel is doing fantastic work as well. He's been holding onto that sanity. He's very disciplined in building up those stacks, and they're still finding these kills, so should get good damage onto that tier 2, if not take it out entirely. And slowly but surely, TNC is shrinking this map down.
Oh, Cuckoo does X himself up, but they can get in range. Armel wants the Astral. He will not get it. Shadowblade was there from Cuckoo to save himself. What they will get, however, is that tier 2 top tower. They got the tier 2 mid, and those are going to be the final outer towers of this game for the side of the Radiant. But Gabby, dropping pretty darn low in the mid lane. He will walk out safely.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And you know, with all these team fights, we actually haven't seen Tims throw out a black hole. They've been playing and winning these team fights without the Enigma ultimate this whole time.
It's the patience coming out from TNC. They have been super on point, super disciplined. They might be forced to use it here now, though.
Yeah, he runs in. Nether Blast, Armel. BKB's up again. The EMP will do nothing towards Armel. Cuckoo gonna run away with the Decrepify. They'll wait out the BKB as March is dropping, and looks like he will go down to Raven on that Spectre. He will indeed. Now the X on Armel. He doesn't have BKB, but the Black Hole Tims. He found 2 of them. Sanity's dropped on top. They'll blow him up. There goes Raven as well in the Spectre. Cuckoo's trying to make a run. Gabby finds Ryoya. And Cuckoo, yeah, he's gone. The duel from KP once again. And there was the Black Hole. As Gabby has a gem. He doesn't care for your Ghost Walk. Zephyr, can he get out? No, Void is available. And that is going to be an absolute team wipe. TNC doing it for the 2nd time this game. They'll go straight through the mid lane and take down that tier 3 as well.
It's going to be a very quick push coming out. They do have the great damage so far. And it's that patience coming out from TNC. The patience to take these team fights are going to be finding even more, though.
Oh, Dubu.
Oh, that's it.
What do you do? Like, every time you walk out of the fountain, suddenly KP and Gabby are in front of you. And you just can't do anything. It was a good draft attempt from GeekFam, and unfortunately it just didn't seem like they could pull it off against a team like TNC, who just completely dominated what seemed to be everything in this game. That is game 1 of 2, though, so we do have a secondary game coming up in this best of 2 series. And we'll see if GeekFam can try to tie this out with TNC, and TNC are, at the very least for now, going to remain undefeated. But it is MLP Dota and Jonix Fire. We'll be back with you guys in just a moment for game number 2. Won't be too long.
Okay.
So my idea for it was you'd play it with like a Nature's Prophet. Oh wait, I think 23 Savage is dead. He's just dead.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
They got him.
Oh, well done.
See, now you Blood Rage.
Blood
Rage
yourself.
So it was gonna do that, and then you like max Blood Rage, and then Nature's Prophet rushes Dagon, and just starts like teleporting around the map, Blood Rage Dagoning people.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
There's
attack.
potential. I could see that with an Ember Spirit, actually. Ember BOT's build.
Yeah.
BOT's Blade Mill or something.
Let's go.
I think that has a lot of potential.
Did you just kill him? No, I can't. Surely. Oh, he's stuck.
Oh, juking and jiving.
He didn't even mean to juke that, I think.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ooh. Quick fingers from
Dire's
JG and
top tower
Moon.
is under attack.
Gotta be careful, my dude.
Oh. They used Haunt for that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, he thought that he could get the kill. I mean,
on the storm.
yeah, because they had the vision from the thirst, but he haunted too late, and now haunt is down.
Radiant's middle tower
Spectre's
is
not
under
having a good
attack.
time.
Radiant structures
That's really
are
unfortunate.
fortified.
At least they're getting some decent pressure onto PL, but this 8-minute mark, it's still not looking like it's quite enough. Actually, Bloodseeker is like above the Spectre right now.
That is not good. 4 heroes grouped up mid. Let's see if Moon can get out of this pickle.
Burrow?
Toss,
Oh,
Burrow,
that was
blood
well
right.
done. That was really well done.
That's pretty sick.
Structures
Good,
are fortified.
good. Like to
Radiant's
see
middle
that.
tower is under attack.
If they get the tower, it's super value.
He's gonna get spotted.
Joe Beads.
But I like it. They're sticking together. Nighttime. And they got 2 towers off of it.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, a little bit of
tower
time
has
alone
fallen.
right now for the Spectre, too. It's got dreams of some boots.
Well, Tiny Bloodseeker can start making space.
Better luck next time.
Bloodseeker's almost level 6 and has 1 point in Blood Rage, and Avatos Bloodright will kill literally everyone.
Not to mention, Bloodseeker's really good against Night Stalker just because you rupture him always. Even if he has BKB. Don't want to keep running.
Just play it safe here. Top lane, it's like both sides trying to play on the
Dire's
opposite
top
side of the
tower
map,
is
so this is
under
going to be a
attack.
trade-off of 2 for 2 bounty runes
Radiant's middle
wise.
tower is under
If
attack.
you're SGD now, do you try and like make something happen with the
Sustained.
daytime going on, or do you need to wait for the Blink Dagger on Tiny?
Oh, Spectre went to top. I think it's fine. Can keep applying pressure at bottom. Don't think they're... I mean, they could get their jungle back, but they already used so much resources, you know, at bottom, so they might as well keep staying there.
Smart move by Bloodseeker. He stood right above the tier 2 bot and got attacked by the tower, so they know there's a ward up here.
They should
Ah.
look to defend
Dire's
mid.
middle tower is under attack.
TPing in 1 already. No
Radiant
points yet
structures
into
are fortified.
Epicenter. Moon off to the side. They have...
They see
Sentry
the
ward down.
sentry. He should know there's a sentry.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Bottom? Maybe a chance here?
Guys, you know that there's a ward, right?
Oh!
Not gonna die.
Oh, he's thirsty.
Oh, going for it. Thanks.
Oh, he's
The help
toying with
play. Oh,
them.
the help play, Moon! What a guy.
That guy's a player. You ever thought about being one of his teammates before, Ninja Boogie?
Well, Joe Beasy got the ward before he died, so that's what really matters.
I feel like that was a bit bad from them. They know there was vision there and they still tried.
Yeah, that's true.
But, you know. It's better you make an aggressive move and, you know, in their side of the map than make an aggressive move in your side of the map and lose, because you're going to end up losing an objective.
It is a lot of space for this Spectre, too.
Yeah.
Smoke up mid from Dire. Got Rupture online now for Shanks.
Ooh, if it's a bottom rune, he's gonna die.
Oh, this is a ball!
Oh my god.
Oh, my Blood Rage.
Did he got that rune, though?
He did get the rune.
Oh, they're looking for more?
Don't know why he haunted though. Maybe he wanted the last hit, but
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, I guess they'll
attack.
turn it into a push bot.
He can play this side of the map at least now.
Oh, the creep wave. Jabs.
Hello.
He's out.
In there in time.
you're denying the creep.
Yeah,
and
what?
you wanna
You're
put-
back. You need
Whoa.
backdoor protection, bro.
Tower is under attack.
Well, the creep's dead, but
Blood
they have
Rage.
another wave coming in.
Dire's middle tower is under
That Blood
attack.
Rage is nice.
Radiant's
I wonder what
bottom
item
tower
build
is
22
under
Savage
attack.
is gonna go. Man's hard.
Yeah, it's a man with a plan.
Uh-oh, Spectre's in trouble.
What?
Coddle.
What the hell? Where does team go?
They went to go kill Coddle.
He thought it was safe, but he forgot Storm had Arcane Rune. And he's just a Spectre.
Dire's top tower
Dude,
is
this is a
under
lot of
attack.
burst damage right here, though. 275 pure damage.
They're gonna toss in. Wait, that's not who he wanted. He wanted to toss in the Sand King.
Moon is low on mana though.
You can just rupture. Rupture. Well, you want to rupture, bro. Bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why Nana's like, what? Okay, I'll take it.
They're going back in a second time. Don't get cocky, kid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they had tossed in the Sand King instead of the Bloodseeker, that was a guaranteed kill.
Well, I think they should have still tried. He had no
Yeah.
TP, yeah. And so, it's only level 1 zip. He can only get so far. But he did have an Arcane Rune, so...
God, watch this. I just want to play Dota. Like, there's so many heroes I love playing in this game. Like Spectre, you got Storm just running around making things happen.
Rubik, especially when you have all these spells you can steal.
You think he's going to have a good game?
I mean, he's always had a good game though, DJ, in this qualifier so far.
Yeah.
And he's been getting a lot of space. He's almost got his 8 turtlets.
Between GeekFam and TNC Predator, it is MLP Dota and John Expired. John, sing game number 1 from TNC Predator. I'd like to ask you, what do GeekFam need to do differently this time around to at least make it a closer game?
Remaining.
Much higher impact there. You wouldn't see TNC really take over as hard, but they did go with that. Either way, just have a much more solid support duo. I think that will do wonders for GeekFam here up against TNC.
I suppose it was a thing, right? Because there wasn't any space being created for the cause of GeekFam. With the position for Invoker, it's so XP reliant that Zephyr really just had to sit in lane the whole time. Couldn't really make any plays. And it definitely did impact them. TNC took complete advantage, as they do go straight into the first pick Mirana, and you can't blame him. If the Mirana's available in a game and it's not banned out in the first phase, you just pick it up.
Yeah, it's a really strong hero to have. You have a lot of the setup available as well. Could go into that vein, could go into the Shadow Demon next. And that's just already a really potent combo. TNC does run this hero quite a fair bit, and they have run it to great effect. So I'm keen to see what exactly TNC will go for to combine with that, and what the response will be from GeekFam. It's really down to them. They're down 1 game. They want to tie the series out. They've got to go with a really strong draft. They open up with a Tiny first, a really potent hero. We've seen a lot of it for the past year now, I want to say. It's been really popular. It's done a lot of work. It has great burst, great roaming potential. Does work as a support or a core as well, so you have that flexibility going for you. And it's just a really decent pick overall. You can't really go wrong with a Tiny. Just gives you everything you want in terms of control and damage. They get the Shadow Demon themselves, blocking that pick from TNC, and providing some really strong setup for the Tiny. So that's a really strong pick coming out from GeekFam. I do like this rounding out their supports. Gonna be interesting to see who plays what. TNC do go with the Abaddon. So we're seeing that hero pop up once again. Very strong in lane, very annoying to deal with, and can help sustain your core as well.
I do like the pick, and the thing is with TNC's Abaddon is we did see KP playing the core Abaddon to great effect yesterday. I wonder now, do they run the POS 5 or do they just put it in the POS 3 role again? It's a very open kind of draft here for TNC, and it's kind of the same for GeekFam with that Tiny right now. So it does seemingly feel like Tiny would more likely fit the position 4 role, but both sides have kept the draft open, which I like personally quite a bit. As last draft, we did just see them both opening up with 2 cores straight off the bat. This time around, they're going to be a little bit more secretive about how they play this. Of course, this is a best of 2, so the only thing that GeekFam can really hope to do is tie this out, but every point matters in these group stages of the closed qualifiers. Of course, you want to try and get as top of a spot as you can to try and secure your spot at the major, rather than going to the minor, which is still nice, but just not quite as attractive as a major would be, of course.
Definitely so. Both teams are going to be hungry for that first major of the season. And so the draft does slow down a lot more. GeekFam going to be looking for what to ban out first. Probably just, I guess you're wondering whether or not the Abaddon is going to be a support or a pos tree. And that is throwing a hamper in their ban outs. They do ban out the Gabby Night Stalker. So they don't want to deal with that here again. Of course, Gabby had some amazing impact in the last game. Active very early on, just doing a lot of work. And TNC opts to block out that Lesh. You do have that great setup for the Lesh with that Shadow Demon. You don't want to be getting that combination off. Does provide a lot of push and early magic damage for GeekFam as well. So it's a fair enough ban. They do go into the Faceless Void. Now, we have seen a lot of Void the past few days. And in combination with Tiny, we have seen that popping out quite a fair bit. It's going to be interesting to watch. You really need a lot more going for you in that Chronosphere. I don't think you have the best backup. Tiny does work, the range is kind of limited. Shadow Demon, of course, can just pile up the poison stacks. That is one way to go about it, but the most typical thing we see is something like the Lena coming out. Tends to be one of the best backups for the Void. Skyrath Mage as well has been pretty popular in that sense.
Well, TNC Predator, I mean, are we yet to see an Undying win today? Or yesterday, in fact, altogether? I think
there was one win. There was one win, and it was TNC who had the Undying.
So they pick it up again, securing their lanes. I mean, with an Abaddon Undying, it does seem pretty powerful. GeekFam, they'll go into the Ancient Apparition, which works very well up against the Abaddon and the Undying. The nice pickup from them also works in conjunction with the Shadow Demon Void. The TNC Predator won't think about it too much. Straight into the Armel TA. And I like that pickup because up against the Void, we've seen Raven play before. And while he does play a fantastic Void, he does need some space to farm up. And if you can get Armel to set that tempo early on, and not allow him to have that space and map control, it could make this Faceless Void's game really, really hard.
Definitely. It's down to just how Raven plays. Now, he's a very solid core, a very great core player, but when it comes to that Void, I think the most impressive player on that Faceless Void has been Nando from Signal. He has been showing us just how well you can play if you have that backup. This time around, GeekFam with that AA pick does give you a lot more to play with as the Void. Still not the best backup damage, though. Looking towards that mid laner or the off laner, if GeekFam does run one of those things, the Tiny could still be mid or off, but the next hero pickup definitely has to be something that can contribute to displace this Void if you are going to be playing around those Chronospheres, because he's just not going to have impact if you're expecting him to kill off people early on. The Void just does not do enough damage to do that.
So
and I like...
Who do you think they go for here? Like, do you just pick up a mid laner up against the TA, and it works obviously well with the Void? And I mean, GeekFam, they already kind of ban out the Ember themselves, which was kind of intriguing. Obviously, doesn't work great with the Void's Chrono, but then I wouldn't have assumed that TNC would pick it up. So I'm kind of wondering what GeekFam's up to here.
Well, the Lena down mid isn't too bad. I don't know about the matchup against the TA. Once the refraction charges are a bit higher, it's going to be a bit of a process to burn it through as the Lena. You do have a couple more options there, but it does remain to be seen. Again, it could be the Tiny down mid already. It could also still be the Tiny off. Although, up against the TA, Tiny probably not going to have the best time. He could burn through those refraction shield charges, of course. But it just seems like a bit of a waste to use the Avalanche just for that. You really want to get actual damage on with your toss to amplify.
TNC, one final ban. So they are quite thinking about this quite heavily. GeekFam, still a bit of an open draft with them. It's hard to tell where they're laning what. Especially when they ban out that Ember.
Yeah, there's a lot of focus on TNC as well for this last ban. I think they're also wondering what GeekFam would like to close it out with, because that's some really good lineup from GeekFam. It does take some time for it to go online, but once it is up and running, that Void should be able to get some work done in a Chrono. They do ban out the Tide. I like that. It is giving them a much-needed team fighter, and what is that hero?
John, I believe it's one of the most underrated heroes in the game. The Lycan
I don't
pops
know
up.
about underrated though.
I believe it is. I truly believe it is. I don't know how it goes against the Void. That's what I'm questioning here. But I do believe it is a very, very underrated pick. And quite frankly, I don't really see the best ways of keeping him locked down throughout those team fights, apart from that Chrono.
Chronosphere. Well, beyond that Chrono, you have a point. There's really nothing. But Chronosphere is still a massive spell that you have to watch out for as Lycan. I think it's a fair trade. Chrono for Shapeshift is pretty good. We'll see how GeekFam does close out their draft. It's an interesting pick, right? I don't agree with underrated. I think there's a reason why this year has tapered off quite hard, Mike. I mean, there's a point last year as well where every single game had a Lycan. And in my mind, it's not underrated, right? Like, it's tapered off the meta for a reason. It did have its moment in the meta fairly recently as well. It's going to be interesting to see TNC fall back to this one. Does give him a lot of push early on, a lot of early aggression, and GeekFam, they go with the axe. I like this. In response, it is quite strong. You can get a lot going for you. It will be Cuckoo on it here, of course. It should be interesting to see just how far he can escalate. And that is some good damage coming out. Granted, the combination with the Chronosphere early on is not amazing. Like, there is a lack of damage coming out for Raven. They're going to have to position it perfectly so Ryoyo can get that follow-up damage in the Avalanche at the very least. And they have to make sure that the AA lands that Ice Blast every single time. But as the game progresses, Raven can, of course, do his own damage. And Cuckoo will be setting pace. They are going to be riding on the back of this axe. We have seen this before. You rely on your axe early on to get a lot of work done. So expect him to try to get those either early durability items up or an early blink and blade mail to set the pace here.
So overall, ignoring the teams altogether, which draft do you think is better?
It's hard to say. Like, both drafts definitely have weaknesses that each one can exploit. I would honestly say, by draft, TNC does strike me as coming out on top just a bit. It just looks to be aggressive early on. You expect this Lycan to start melting those towers fast. Whereas GeekFam just doesn't have a hero that really takes those towers as fast. You know, nothing that naturally pushes that great. You have some really good early presence from TNC as well. Great sustain. And great damage potentially coming out. GeekFam is a bit more explosive, but it's hanging off the back of Cuckoo. If he does not get a good start in this axe, they don't have anyone to really push them through in that mid-game. Void's going to take some time to farm up before the Chronosphere is effective by itself. The backup in that Chronosphere is, again, very limited. AA is the most consistent one. Whether or not you can get in range for a proper Avalanche is, it remains to be seen. Depends entirely on how Raven is forced to land those Chronospheres. It's just, I just see TNC having a much easier time executing their draft compared to GeekFam. Although if Cuckoo gets a runaway start, this axe will be able to do a lot of work.
Well, then a lot of pressure on Cuckoo to get that runaway start, as, again, they don't want to get too owed by TNC in this series if they can avoid it. See how Cuckoo does perform in the axe. Of course, we did see him perform very, very well on that axe yesterday, up against Signal Ultra. We'll see if he can have a repeat kind of performance here today on this axe. Still, I love the debut of the Lycan in the close qualifiers. Once you've got that Desolator up on the TA, I mean, you already talked about towers melting even without that Desolator, but things are going to escalate quite quick. And we'll see how Gabby does play it. Because it's not so often you get to see the Lycan, so it's always fun to see the pros and what they get up to with these items builds, or whether they even change the item builds that used to be popular.
I mean, it does look like Gabby's already queuing up that early Dominator. So he does have a game plan in mind with his hero.
Just casually, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you think Lycan Ags are? Or are they good?
Lycan Ags is the wolf summons? The tree wolves.
Yeah.
Situational. I wouldn't call it outright bad. It's definitely not a lot of value, and they deny the bounty rune up top, so... Wait, did they deny both?
No, they denied one. TNC will start off with 2, GeekFam will start off with 1 banner rune, and 1 banner rune obviously was killed off by one of the wolves of Gabby.
You have learned nothing. Catch us if you can.
Cuckoo will ask for the unpause. So ultimately with the axe, up against the Lycan, I mean those wolves aren't going to be able to deal much harassment. That being said though, March on the Undying may be a completely different story. With that decay and just the pure right clicks towards that axe, and even Zephyr on the Shadow Demon, can be very frustrating indeed.
Definitely will be. You can already see Cuckoo when he cops a couple of decay stacks. His HP is not as amazing as it once was, and this is something March should exploit. The issue is he can't walk up to get into right click range, so Cuckoo's actually just going to be pretty fine once the decay does fade out.
Yeah, he hasn't got counter Helix yet though. Just has the battle hunger, and Cuckoo's lost a lot of HP. He really wants that. Really wants the creep pull, but March is going to continue following and abusing him. I suppose this is why the Undying continues to be picked up throughout these close qualifiers. Cuckoo will drag it towards his own tier 1 tower. March is still not going to back off. He is going to contest this wave. Hopefully get some denies off for himself. Cuckoo, well, he'll find 1 creep kill at the very least. Meanwhile, mid lane. Armel and Ryoyo up against each other once again. The TA versing the Tiny. It does seem to just favor Armel in this case. I mean, both should trade farm fairly evenly. But it seems like the TA won't have too much difficulty dealing with Ryoyo on the Tiny.
Definitely not. It should be a much easier time for Armel. You can play around quite nicely with your refraction. You have superior range. Tiny does not have the best armor in the world, so if he's going to cop these side blades, it's going to hurt him a lot more than you'd expect.
The Avalanche Toss, though, does come in, and that's a lot of damage coming out. So Ryoyo, if he can close the gap with that Avalanche Toss combination, he could really force Armel out of the lane. We'll have a close eye on these guys throughout the early stages of the game, though. Bot lane, Raven and Dubu are there. Of course, KP is playing that Cobra Baton. Tim's on the position for Mirana. The thing with the Cobra Baton is it's not like it 100% shuts the lane down, but it's impossible to shut him down.
Yeah, you just can't zone out this guy. So he's always going to find what he wants, even though he can't find the kill, especially with this kind of lane duo. There's just no setup for Tims to get that easy arrow, but you really can't zone KP out. He's just going to be able to find what he wants. Raven's not going to be having too good of a time. He's going to be copying some harass when he goes into last hit.
Raven still having somewhat of a decent time. 11 last hits, 2 denies. Not exactly what he would like in comparison to, say, Gabby, who has 15 and 1. He has arguably the harder lane in the form of KP's Abaddon. See how it turns out very, very soon, as we should head back up to the top lane. And Gabby, again, having a good old time. March is being very abusive with that decay. Cuckoo hasn't really been able to shut down Gabby too much quite yet. Gabby's still fighting the denies underneath, with that counter helix spinning around. It's just this presence of the Undying, right? Like every time you want to go for a creep pull or a creep skip, March is just going to spam that decay over and over again on Cuckoo, and he just has to second guess himself every time. And at the very least, this is going to slow down the farm of this axe quite a bit, although he does go for a call now. March will end up surviving. He is fairly tanky at 1k HP. Cuckoo actually has to be slightly careful with how he plays this. He does walk away with 130 HP left. He'll be able to salve up and he'll be okay.
Yeah, and again, that's one of the positives of having all those decay stacks on you. When you use a salve, you're going to be full HP. The decay wears off, you're back to your actual full HP as well.
KP being left alone with Raven down this bot lane, enjoying himself quite a bit. Raven, though, will get a bit of free time himself to actually farm up a bit. They will go into RML mid lane. Ryoya, Avalanche Toss is there. Dubu was trying to help out, but they just don't have the damage output for this TA quite yet. So RML will just happily get back to farming. This is going to be a real issue if you can't shut this man down.
Definitely has. It definitely will be. We have seen Armel, of course, on this hero before. Does a lot of work with that TA. Can just escalate quite fast. So the fact that he's having this pretty decent start is gonna cause some issues for GeekFam. Of course, the one saving grace for GeekFam has been that top lane for Gabby. That top lane for their axe. We are seeing Cuckoo just doing a lot of work here. Really finding the farm he wants. Whether he really needs to get it going, because again, he's going to be setting the pace with his calls, jumping in, trying to buy time for the Void to get farm. Raven, he's not having as good of a time, and it's a bit worrying, because Voids take a while to get online, especially with this kind of lineup where your backup is not going to be amazing.
In terms of Cuckoo's item build on the axe though, like yesterday we saw him go for phase boost and then he rushed into the blink dagger. Do you see something similar happening this time around, or does he go for the early pipe instead, or early vanguard, something like that, or just straight to the blink?
I wouldn't mind the blink. I think I would prefer the vanguard overall, but when you go for that vanguard, that does kind of state that you want to farm a bit more. I'm not sure how much more GeekFam would want to take it passively, especially up against a Lycan like this. Gabby has had a pretty decent start as well. He's not shut down by the axe. Cuckoo's not shut down as well. But you are just trading farm here, and this Lycan is going to hit his timings just fine. So are you going to be slowing this game down with your axe, trying to force something out? Or will you just be farming up on 3 of your cores, the Tiny, the Axe, and the Void?
See Ryoya mid lane, still trying to shut RML down. Mind you, Ryoya has had a pretty darn good time himself in the mid lane, and he is going to rotate up towards that top where they will go after March. There's disruption coming in. Ryoya doesn't have Avalanche yet, but he can just toss up. They'll find an easy first blood onto March. Now Armel though, going to try and punish, though the Avalanche comes in, burns through the refraction charges. GeekFam, it looks like they'll be pretty satisfied with just getting the first blood. Ryoya will just happily back off, back towards his side of the jungle.
Yeah, it has taken a while for that to come out, and GeekFam is going to be happy securing that for themselves. Has been a slow start of a game. Both sides just playing pretty passively, trying to find what they want. Nice toss back from Ryoya.
Yeah, Avalanche is there as well. Cold Feet, though, will not freeze him up. Arrow connects from Tim's. Raven has the chrono available, but does he commit it? He absolutely does. He's just got to get through those refraction charges. Actually hits the trap as well. And Armel doesn't really have anywhere to go. Avalanche toss is there, and they do find a massive pickup. A great rotation there from Raven. He understood they needed to take the TA down. That's exactly what they do with the first chrono of the game.
That's a really good game sense coming out from Raven. He does maximize that first chrono of the game, so he gets a lot going for himself. TNC not going to be happy with that trade. He really wanted Armel to maintain that good lead. He is punished. You have to be cautious about that positioning from Ryoya. He can abuse the toss repositioning, and once you lose out on your TA like that, you gotta buy them space. The one thing they did gain from that rotation is that the bot lane is freed up, although March.
Oh, he does heal himself up. Still in a bit of trouble, Ryoya. He's not going to give up on this. He doesn't have toss for another 10, but Raven will happily take the kill off his hands. They'll leave KPB as he's just an Abaddon. Just let him walk away. That's going to be the first kill for Raven. But certainly going to be helping the cause here for GeekFam, as they are now 4-0. Of course, there was a denial too on the Undying, which kind of counts towards their kill score, but Cuckoo gonna find Gabby, who's just sitting there farming, has all the neutrals and wolves with him to proc the counter helix. Gabby gonna pop the ultimate Zephyr, actually getting a lot of damage dealt towards him, and they're just gonna find the kill, although no! Cuckoo, what did he just ultimate? I think he got a creep.
Likely is. It's on cooldown, so unfortunate, but that is something that TNC is going to be very happy with. It's just a support kill. GeekFam's not going to be too upset. Still, you are slowly building up from Gabby.
Bot lane, Tombstone's been dropped. They also found Dubu on the AA. KP was the one to pick that up on the Abaddon. Tim's now. He's around the area on the Mirana. Didn't bother trying to go for the blind arrow attempt. Ryoya mid lane, being chased down by Armel, though he'll be okay as well. He just tosses him back. 10-minute banner runes do spawn up. TNC finds 2, and where did the third one go? There it is. They found 3.
It's a pretty good trade once again for TNC. They do secure themselves a nice network lead at 10 minutes in. 2k lead for them so far. It is mainly on Gabby, so he is doing a lot of work on this Lycan. Should be melting a few more towers now, as he does have his Dominator. He has had his Dominator for a while.
And this is that dangerous point with the Lycan. Like, they start to escalate so far in farm, and they tend to push really darn quick. And once you get the Necro 3 book, it becomes even worse, though mid lane, Ryoya does end up going down. Armel was the one to pick up the kill, and now Moonlight Shadow. They want to try and go for more if they can afford to. KP, borrowed time has been popped. It does buy time to get this tier 1 mid, though fortification was also popped from the side of GeekFam. It will be an easy cleanup for TNC. TP was coming in, but was cancelled off, and that was actually Ryoya who cancelled that off. So perhaps feeling like maybe he could have gone for a deny and thought better of it in the end. At the very least, GeekFam do use the time they have now while that T1 was going down. They do get Cuckoo a Blink Dagger. He just farms up those stacks in the jungle. And perhaps this is the initiation GeekFam need to really start making more of a difference in this game.
It definitely is gonna give them that jump in capability. I'm actually slightly surprised he didn't go for that Vanguard, but again, we have seen Cuckoo do this before. Phase into Blink, a much more aggressive playstyle for this Axe. We'll see whether or not he can maximize it. This should be the Blink reveal coming out if he can get the jump in someone.
He's running forward. Gonna find the Wolves of the Lycan. AP should have spotted out that Blink. So perhaps not so much of a surprise anymore. Still, Cuckoo will just suffice with just farming for now. Armel. Avalanche was there, but he just blinks out with the refraction. It's hard to know who this really is favoring, because you look at the net worth board, Armel and Gabby both are at the top. Once you've got that Necro 3 book, things get seriously upsetting for GeekFam, as those towers will not last. And your heroes will also not last very long with all those units. Of course, the Void needs farm as well, and he needs space. But it looks like it may take too long as they try to go after KB, but now the Wolf form is here. March goes down to the bot lane as well. They try to go for the AA first. He TP's out, and it looks like the Void will be able to walk his way out as well.
It's the one big issue with TNC's draft. They don't really have control. Hell, they don't even have great control in teamfights as well, because their main stun is the arrow, and that is it for a very long time until someone gets a batch or something, or if you get a stun on a creep.
Oh, Chrono throws that out on KP. That's a hard target. He has borrowed time, but here comes the AA Ice Blast. That'll at least stop the borrowed time from being effective. But no kills come out of the Chrono. Tombstone, they do at least find that. March. Call is there. They will at least find an Undying. In fact, no. They will not. The Aphotic Shield will save the day. Now Zephyr gonna be in trouble. He'll go down straight off the bat. Raven still being chased down. And Armel is here to join the push crew. TNC will claim their first Tier 2 tower of the game. And it's just looking surgical all over again in this game number 2. I mean, they might actually apply some pressure to this Tier 3 tower. They kind of can.
Exactly, why not? You've got the creep wave, you've got all the summons in the world. You know the Chronosphere has been expended. You just have to worry about the axe, and that's it.
We're 14 minutes in though. Cuckoo jumps in with the call, gets the TA. Ice Plus only connects on Armel. Everyone else is still very healthy. And the first Tier 3 tower of the game gone at 14 minutes. And this is why I told you that it's an underrated hero job, the Lycan.
I don't think they have the lineup to deal with it. I think it's more of the fact that they gave the Lycan a runaway start. Their only response is really the Axe and Chronosphere. Is slightly them drafting themselves into a corner. They don't really have a response. Like, Void is great, but it takes a while for it to come online. The power spikes don't line up. Lycan gets a massive power spike at the early game. And the entire draft for TNC is built around that early game right now.
Raven, awkward situation for him. He's kind of just on the uphill. He's going to keep farming up. He'll get his Midas up now. So expect that farm to escalate for the Void, and it needs to really done quick at this rate. TNC are not giving them much time. Looks like Cuckoo will jump in onto KP, but again, that is an Abaddon. The Ice Blast may be flying in, though no, I don't really see one. Dubu, he holds out. They do let KP go. You look down at that bot lane, Gabby, he is not allowing that lane to push out. He's just always going to stick around there, throwing his units in. Just forcing that creep wave over and over again towards that Rax. I mean, at the very least, it will allow Raven to get some farm, which is quite nice for him. But they've always got to watch their back when that Lycan's missing.
Yeah, you've got to always be worried about that sudden push, although Gabby might be punished here.
Cuckoo, Blink does find it. Call is very nice as well. This will be a massive pickup, and Ryoya, he does get the Avalanche toss. Already though, the Necro 3 books are up. We are 16 minutes into the game. He's got Helm of Dominator and Necro 3. I mean, a very nice kill. I'm not going to deny that from GeekFam. I don't know if it's too late though. Top lane, TNC are going to start pushing in. Call again, very nice from Cuckoo, straight on Armel. Can they burst him though? It looks like they should be able to, but Armel somehow still alive throughout all this. KP gonna take the front lines again. March keeping his TA alive. Now they want to turn. Dubu throws up the Ice Blast. Raven's here. He has the Chrono available. Cuckoo going on the Undying as well. Ryoya jumps in. KP's gone. They also end up finding March. Now the Chrono. They found Tim's on the Mirana. They should be able to get him down, and they do. And a great turn coming out from GeekFam. A lot of kills taken for the Radiant side, and that also is going to significantly slow down any push attempt coming out from TNC.
Those are some massive kills coming out for GeekFam for sure. They are slowly building up here. That does give Raven some much needed gold. Is working towards that Maelstrom. Once he has that up, he should be much more comfy throwing out those Chronospheres. And you can't really afford to overextend like that as TNC. Now, the big targets they were looking for did manage to survive, so very happy that Armel's alive. Of course, TNC is going to be very thankful for that one, and they didn't manage to lose anything else beyond a couple of big heroes. But you still have a lot to go through as GeekFam. You still have a lot to build up towards. You really want to stall this game out a bit more. That's going to be the name of the game, just stalling. You want to be able to get Raven big enough that he is going to be outscaling that Lycan, although TNC is just going to make the quick move on Roche, and it just melts fast.
Well, Amel's got a Blink Dagger Deso, like it's absolutely no contest, and now they found Cuckoo. Disruption is there from Zephyr to try and help out Cuckoo. He will blink away as well. They slow him down, not quite. But their top shrine will be taken. The TNC still will find something, and with that they go straight towards that T1 top tower. There's going to be no shrine to TP to now. So TNC, a very easy free tower for them. It looks like GeekFam still looking for some sort of pick-off across the other side of the map, but it's just not going to be there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Now another tier 2, that is a fast tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Tier 3s with the Aegis.
Oh, nice arrow onto Cuckoo.
Yeah, well, they're going to find the axe. It'll be a massive pickup if they can get it, and they do. Avalanche was there, but not quite in time. Cuckoo will buy back. Zephyr, he goes down on the Shadow Demon, and TNC, they happily back off after the buyback.
That's it. That's all you really could hope for there. Taking out that big initiator, forcing the buyback out, does give you a lot of space, and I don't think they're going to back off, though. They're just setting up here again.
Tim's, he's got another arrow ready to go. Maybe just set up on that tier 2 mid, or maybe they'll just find Ryo. And they do. They purge him up. He tries to TP. He doesn't get away with that. Now he's just going to try and make a run. The rest of GeekFam are not really coming in to help out. And so Ryoya's life has just been forfeit. Avalanche will be there. Mel, though, jumps in with the meld. Toss will do nothing. KP will pick up the kill. And it's going to be an 8-8, 11k net worth lead, though, for TNC. And Dota Plus, 90% chance TNC pull off this victory, apparently.
I mean, they're just going to melt through these towers now. No buyback on the axe if he does die again. Chronosphere is back up. You do have the Maelstrom onto Raven. That's not quite going to be enough. He gets arrowed up, but there's no backup for that.
Yeah, but they're just dragging out this time so they can get the bot racks. He can't TP there in time to save at least the range. Mel still has the Aegis anyway, and well, the melt strike Dubu just melts Cuckoo. He tried to react quickly. Not quick enough. Cuckoo even melting through the right clicks of Armel. Raven is here with his Maelstrom up, but they've already lost that bot racks. Well, Avalanche is going to be there on Armel, but he has Refraction available. They toss him back towards those tier 4s. Core will be nice, Armel. He may lose the Aegis, so they heal him up. March just keeping him alive throughout all this. Arrow will connect on the Tiny. Armel still going. Raven still holding onto the Chrono. Avalanche toss will find the Aegis. Now a massive Chrono from Raven, but where's the follow-up damage? It's not quite there yet. Cuckoo who'll jump in with the core, but it's onto KP again. That's not the target he wanted. Zephyr may end up going down for his trouble, and does. And the rest of TNC just rotate to the mid lane where Gabby has already started the tier 3 tower. They're already laughing and we're only 21 minutes in. Do they back off? It looks like they probably will. The wolf form is not available any longer. The buyback was already expended from Zephyr. And TNC, it's just surgical, John. It's all surgery from here.
Yeah, it's the patience for them to pull out when they know they can, to overextend when they know they can find those kills. They make great use of that Aegis. They still will be keeping a very aggressive stance, but they aren't quite setting that high ground. Perhaps just wait for that cooldown from Gabby, as you mentioned. And it is just about half a minute off. Looks like he is pretty close to his AC as well. So maybe when those two items are up, the high ground siege will be much more straightforward. That AC is just going to be slowing down all that damage from Raven. He's not going to be melting through as fast as you'd want. And you're just building up for yourself. The towers are not going to hold up. I mean, they already don't hold up. The AC is up on Gabby. 5 seconds about for Shapeshift. So they are set for another high ground. No reason to back off here for TNC.
I don't see one either. Like, sure, you lost the Aegis, but now you've got a 10-second BKB charge on Armel. Even better, I'd argue. That tier 3 is not going to be very safe for too long. Raven will TP back to the base. He'll have Chrono up in 30 seconds, and I just can't see them defending without the Chrono. They need to try and drag this out as long as possible, so at least they have that ultimate ability available to use. TNC will allow them that time. But Gabby, as you already mentioned, has the AC up. But forget about aiming the Lycan. You can forget about aiming the TA as well. She's not an easy target either with the refraction.
And the fresh BKB is up on Armel, so that's a 10-second charge.
Cuckoo jumps in, call there, but not really doing much. Armel going straight after Zephyr. The Shadow Demon is gone. Gabby goes after Ryoya. That's your Tiny gone as well. No buyback on either. They go straight after Dubu. Cuckoo will be next, and this does not look great for GeekFam as they just don't have an answer. Now the arrow on Raven as well. He can't even turn around for a Chrono. The tips. Cuckoo, how big of a core can you land with that Blade Mail? Mega Creep's gonna be up in 24 minutes into this game. And there's the GG core. Chrono. Raven.
I mean, look. GeekFam tried. I think that was a major draft error. I don't think they expected Lycan to be coming out. And they just had no response. Void just takes way too long to get his power spike going. You did not have the best heroes to combine with that Void. You didn't have the Lina, you didn't have the Sky to always make sure Raven was finding those kills when he needed to. You didn't manage to shut down Gabby's Lycan. And so he got that runaway start. He managed to melt those towers. You could not meet that momentum from TNC. And unfortunately for GeekFam, TNC will clean sweep the series 2-0.
And they'll continue undefeated throughout these close qualifiers, TNC. I mean, it is the best team in the qualifier, arguably, of course, but they are certainly up there.